All right. We're live with Edwin Acevedo.
Hey,
Not
what's
to be
going on?
mistaken with Preston Acevedo.
No
I don't know if
relation.
we're related. I think like Acevedo is that Honduran or is that
Uh, Puerto Rican.
Mexican? Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Acevedo that's supposed to be Brazilian. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah.
what's weird in my case is that my grandfather was 100% Norwegian and my grandmother was 100% Italian, and my mom was, I guess she's in the middle, and my dad, nobody really knows. Nobody knows. He's Cajun.
There you
Okay. Cajun is just, he's jambalaya.
He's jambalaya and gumbo and all that kind of crap,
go. Oh yeah.
He's a prick too, but yeah, we don't get along. So we're going to be talking about Ace. Ed, is this about you?
No, this isn't a self-insert.
Does it have anything to do with your real life?
No. There's like, stuff about like themes, like trying to figure out, after you're like in your early 20s and you're trying to figure out what to do with life. But that's mostly kind of based on a lot of my friends. Most of them all went to college. So they all, by the time they were like in their mid 20s, they had this education and stuff. But a lot of them didn't really, they didn't really come out of college ready for like a career or anything. So they were just kind of, trying to figure stuff out on their own until they eventually found like something that, they could do as far as like a career. So,
that's one thing I have to say, like, as a person who didn't go to college and I had to kind of do things like without that on my, as a, without that gold star. I've fired so many people that went to college, No, I'm being serious because I don't think college prepares you for the real world, like, especially when it comes to art and production art and stuff like that. Like so many of them came in and they thought like they would have a week or a few days to get the job done, and it's just not like that. Like things happen so quickly, and a few of them had nervous breakdowns and shit like that and just left crying. It was crazy. And yeah, but I do like your villain. Like, is that your main villain, the King Shark?
yeah, Kula is the main villain of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that cover by Donald. It was definitely, there's been a lot of talk about covers and stuff. And I'm like, if you don't have a giant alien shark guy, like,
you talking about race? Or are we talking
Yes.
about?
yeah, I'm thinking like, if you don't have like a giant alien bounty hunter shark in your cover, you shouldn't really be,
Shouldn't be doing comics.
running off too much,
And we also got Blue Samurai. And Blue, you got to love this, right? I mean, the dude's in blue armor. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I am only half awake, so you don't have to pay me this time. Yeah.
Blue's gonna take a nap.
Yeah, checks in the mail. It'll get there in about a month. So.
Man, you are sold out on a lot of these cards and drawings and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
You got some pretty good talent on this too. Like you spent some time like hunting people up, I guess, or did they pretty much like they weren't bored from the start?
Just building connections, building, some friendships, just trust with people,
Sure. Looks like Passion hooked you up, son.
He did, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Ball, Michael Beacon, all these guys did great work. So,
yeah, I like Michael. Michael's card looks fantastic. Is that a card or is that an 11?
Yeah, it's a sketch card. Yep,
that's nice.
Like he's gotten so much better. People like have no idea. Michael's been getting better with his colors, with his writing, with his, pencil work.
What did Michael work on besides?
He did 7 Legions. He was the writer on it.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, because that card definitely has kind of an Arthur Adams type of feel to it. Yeah. And Joe Ball, look at Joe, of course, Joe picked the shark. Got to be bloody.
Yeah, no.
Nah, Joe hooked you up too, dude. Yeah. No, you're doing fantastic. Like, you did everything right as far as I know, as far as this campaign goes. Like you teased everybody about it, and kept them on the hook for a while until you finally launched. And how long did it take you to actually hit your goal?
I think we got funded in about 8 days, 9 days.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's badass. Yeah. The art in this book isn't bad either. Like I dig it. It's a little bit different. It's indie type of outlaw art, but I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun. And I really dig this vehicle. This vehicle design is pretty badass.
Yeah, Sweens did a great job. I mean, the top one, that one's Canales. Yeah, so definitely, Canales definitely. I think this is some of his best work. Like, this is rare because you usually just get to see his pencils and like gray tones, but
So
you actually get to
Canales
see
did
him.
all of this, or was it?
He did the main story. Yeah,
Okay, and then Sweens did like a backup.
yeah, he does the epilogue story, which is the one with like the flying vehicle there, right there, the orange one there.
Didn't you tell me off air like that was the one that sucked?
Like Preston, man, you're not supposed to out DMs.
Nah, I actually have a huge amount of respect for Swedes. I can't wait for his
no
next
gargoyle
one to come out either. Yeah. And this is badass.
Then
Where's
the
his
last
leg?
last art there is by How Comics. You see with the angel chick there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like the Angelique Origin story. So
I thought that was, dude. I honestly thought that was Passion for a second there.
Yeah.
yeah, he does have a very kind of similar style to it, but yeah.
Yeah, because this looks very similar to Passion's work.
But how did the coloring on this?
Is it really Passion, and Passion just doesn't want to admit to going ahead and doing the book?
No, he's retired. You know, I couldn't get him to get on the book. It was like, I'll do sketch cards, but I'm not doing a full book. I'm like, all right.
Oh, what's this? Is that a cover, or is that going to be a print?
This is going to be a poster. This is the Hardline Jam piece.
Nice.
So you have Sweens, Joe Ball, Passion for Drawing, Simon Simpotier, and Brandon Diaz all drawing different characters on there, and that's going to be like a big jam piece.
That's awesome. I'm digging that. And we got J Money, J Continental Money.
What's up, boys?
Is that a squirrel hat or a raccoon?
It's a raccoon.
Is it alive?
You got your green sheet up. Good.
Someone got to do it.
Yeah, I'm not prepared, dude. Like, I'm trying to get back into the groove of things over here.
Yeah, same too.
Let's see here. As a matter of fact, let's turn that off. I had my green screen on. Yeah. Yeah, this is badass, dude. I'm digging it. And yeah. How many pages?
It's 32 pages, 20 pages of story, and then I have like a fan art section in the back.
Nice. Why don't you tell us about it? Give us a little rundown of
I
everything.
should have put Jay Crockett, man. Shit.
Yeah, so the ink is
Are you shirtless?
Yeah, bro.
trying to flex.
I literally thought that was like just a weird sweater.
It's the same thing. It matches his skin tone. Good sats, though.
All house tats, really.
It's Jay Crockett.
I'm gonna change it to that shit.
So yeah, the Ace is the story of young David Diaz. He just turned 21 years old. He just got out of college. He's working at a small town at a regular job, and he's trying to figure out kind of what's next for him. He's trying to figure out his kind of purpose is in life. And one day by happenstance, he sees a shooting star crash land in a park nearby, and he goes to find the wreckage, and what he discovers in the wreckage gives him the ability to transform into an armored being that he himself calls the Ace. And the comic takes place 6 months after he's had the armor, when Akula, the giant bounty hunter shark guy, ends up showing up at his front door looking to take the armor for himself. So that's basically the main story for Volume 1.
Nice.
So we see this picture of the woman in the living room about to swing a book at him.
Yeah.
Is that his mom catching
Yeah.
him in the act of being in a costume?
Yeah, it's like that's part of like the reveal. He's kind of been it's just time for him to out himself, I guess you'd say.
I thought that was his old lady at first. I was like, wow, she really doesn't like this dude. They got some shit they got to work on.
Honey, it's not what you think.
No, really. I'm not an intruder. That's badass. What
I'm
made
not
you
your
come up with
husband's
this, dude?
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. Like I grew up as a comic book fan, so early on it was mostly all Marvel, reading Spider-Man, X-Men. But some of my favorite books are kind of like the side books, like the kind of C-list heroes, like Darkhawk, Sleepwalker, Death's Head 2, like all these kind of funky, weird books that very few people remember, but they were awesome for the time.
Oh, me too,
So,
dude.
yeah. So I kind of wanted to bring that kind of hero back, I guess, a young hero. Like the thing about Darkhawk that was cool was, I kind of jumped on like right from the first issue. So he felt like he was my hero. He felt like I could go on the journey with him. Spider-Man was at like 300 or whatever the hell he was doing. The X-Men were like, 280 issues or whatever. And it felt like Darkhawk, I could start from the ground floor with him and kind of, he was a young guy. He was in high school. When Darkhawk starts, he's in high school, kind of having, young adventures and dealing with like his crazy family and trying to figure out, he's meeting Spider-Man for the first time and trying to figure out what kind of hero he wants to be. That all kind of really connected with me.
I'm the same way, actually. I like obscure B-list heroes too, or C-list heroes. One of my favorites for the longest time was Death's Head, of course, like the original Death's Head.
Yeah.
Not the revamping. Like the revamping, I thought he was too Predator-ish. They're trying to be Predator, yeah. But yeah, dude, like Killraven. Killraven was one of my favorites, because it incorporated War of the Worlds and all that kind of stuff. And Deathlock. Deathlock was one of my all-time.
Oh hell yeah, Deathlock was good.
Yeah, dude. Like Deathlock was like the zombie Terminator. Like you couldn't get any better than Deathlock, dude.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah.
He there was some books with him and Ghost Rider, right?
Deathlock and Ghost Rider. There was, but it was like the worst art you've ever
it was
imagined.
Fucking awful. I remember that. That shit.
Somebody was smoking crack at Marvel, I think, and they decided to go ahead and put impressionistic artists on the book. And I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like it started off so good too, dude, because the guy who's working with your boy Zach right now, Jackson Weiss or something like that. He was on Deathlock for a few issues, and then they pulled him off to put that dude on, And I was like, what the fuck are they thinking? Like, do they think this guy's going to sell books with like this horrible fucking artwork? Yeah. And I think, and that's when Marvel wasn't doing stupid shit like they are now. That somebody like that was the first and last series that dude did. Yeah, it's crazy. But Jay, did you take acid?
Nah, I wish I did though. That should be fucking I feel like I'm giggling. My bad.
You totally coming off like you took some acid, dude. Dude,
Nah.
Suspenders, no shirt on, drinking a beer with a raccoon hat on, dude. Giggling
shit.
like a school child.
You sure you didn't take acid?
I gotta fit the character.
This is totally going to be the J Money Does Acid episode.
I had a friend, Italian dude in high school. He used to, in the last spell or two, he would put acid on his tongue, and He'd look at me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And he'd be like, I'm like, and he's got the little tab on his tongue. I'm like, bro, you're so fucking crazy. I don't know how he did it at school. It had to be a low dose.
Dude, I smoked some primo shit when I was in school. Like, and I tried to go to class. Like at lunchtime, I snuck off, and there was this band, Soylent Green, that was their practice shit. These guys were way older than me, right? They were in this thrash band, and they were practicing and all this kind of shit. And they started passing around a joint, and I took a hit, and then it came out, and then I'm realizing, I was like, this joint is coming around a little bit too quickly. It was because they had more than one in circulation, right? Well, lunchtime was over. I had to sneak back into school and go to class, and I was so fucked up that I decided to excuse myself to go to the bathroom and just sneak out again and just walk home. Otherwise, I would have totally got caught, dude. It's fucking horrible.
I see. I walked into some cool drug stories. I love drug stories.
Brian Wolfgang Von blah blah blah. Von Shrek. What the fuck is that all about?
That's my old alter ego, my old persona from like around
The white
like,
Shrek.
the late '90s.
I'm totally digging it. Actually, that's pretty cool.
Early 2000s. Oh my god, man! Do you guys know who Thor is?
No.
The rock, like the
yeah.
I don't want to say the rock star.
Ever. Saddest story ever.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like when I watched that documentary about him, I remember thinking of a quote, and I forget who it's from, but the quote goes, "There's nothing sadder than an idiot, nothing more beautiful than a fool." Yeah, but that guy's a fool.
You think he was a fool? Because I keep thinking like he had an incredible amount of bad luck.
He did.
In the brink of his like launch, when he was going to be launched, this was going to be his mega tour. He gets kidnapped by a rival record company. So he would miss his launch, dude.
To hit back on what you were saying earlier with the Kill Raven, you're talking about the older Kill Raven, right? Not the rebooted shit from 2000.
I don't think there is a rebooted one.
Yeah, okay.
No, there was a rebooted one.
No, there wasn't.
I had those. Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I imagine that after taking some mushrooms. By the way, what up, everybody? But anyway,
they put Joseph Michael Linzer on a Kill Raven book, didn't they? And I was like, that's like the worst person to put on any book that has to do with kill. Like that's the worst, dude. What's up, Ninja Knight? I don't know who it is, but all right.
But I didn't get to finish my fucking Thor story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So anyway, I'm at CBGB, right? And they're having this big High Times party, like a High Times magazine, and one of the bands performing is Thor. And I'm like,
Thor or
John Mickle Thor, like the guy that the documentary is about, right?
Yeah, but was he muscular and young, or was he old and like fat?
Well, I think he was old and fat, but here's the thing. I'm psyched, right? Because I'm like, fucking Thor, right? Because I'm a huge fan. I mean, oh God, I can't even.
Yeah, but that dude actually looked like Thor. He did.
Yeah, he
like,
did.
As a rock star. He looked like Thor, dude.
He did, and he had the funniest stories about living in New York City. But anyway, I'm evidently like he comes up on stage. He blows up a fucking a hot water bottle, right, and makes it explode. I remember seeing it as a little boy, seeing him do this on the Uncle Floyd show. He breaks a chain. He does all this muscle man stuff, and does a couple of tunes, and then he's out. I miss all this because I'm downstairs and I'm smoking weed with the editor of High Times. Now, you assume that the editor of High Times is going to have some fucking serious shit, right? Because, his tolerance is through the roof. Mine was not. So my friends come down and they find me and they're like, dude, you missed Thor. I'm like, what? I missed Thor? But yeah. So I missed Thor because drugs.
Dude, that dude had the saddest story though. Like I felt for the guy.
Terrible.
Stan Lee told him that if there's ever a Thor movie, you're going to play Thor. Yeah.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a DVD that has like all of his shit on it, like his music videos are in it and everything, which are freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And Zombie Nightmare, I got the VHS of that, and the DVD, and then there's Rock and Roll Nightmare, which if you've never seen is catastrophic, but like in a funny way.
What's
That's
the name
crazy.
of the documentary?
Yeah, which was fascinating, right? Like even if you didn't know who he was, that's still an interesting documentary.
What's the
I
name?
Okay.
I like the part where he was working at a male strip club, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he had to quit because they hired a guy with a bigger dong. He was,
They don't whip their dicks out at like male strip clubs, do they? Or did they?
I don't know, at the time, like in the documentary, it said like he worked at the strip joint and all the women like loved his body, you know, because he's this big muscular dude, right?
Yes, insane
But-
physique.
Then they hired this black dude and he never had like a big muscular body, but he had the biggest dong around.
I remember this actually. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
and
this.
all the women, all of a sudden, he lost the attention of all these women. Like they wanted this black dude, right? And he's like, he had to quit. You know, he wasn't making any money anymore.
Oh my God! You mean his G string was just empty? It was just bare.
Yeah, it was
Like
it was
there's
sad.
any
It was-
any
it was
donations.
sad.
All right, I got one. So, we got stationed to Virginia Beach, and in Virginia Beach, it's Hampton Roads is 7 cities, and I lived right out in Virginia Beach, and they had this place called the Boathouse, and you also had a place called the Norva, and they were really small venues. And y'all ever heard of that band called Queens of the Stone Age?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, all right, so bruh, me and my buddy Sour. My buddy Sour looks like Brian, but with hair. And
So like me in the '90s.
and so, bro, so the Norva is 3 levels. The bottom level can hold like maybe 200 to 300 people. The second level can hold maybe 50 to 75, and the third level, it's like where the smokers were, the VIP, the controllers. So maybe 20 people. And I love Queens of the Stone Age, but the fucking band that opened for them,
Yeah.
bro, it was so gay. Like, he started fucking the keyboard, and he was bro. It was about a song about dolphin fucking, and it was
Dolphin fucking?
bro. I had no idea like the dolphin was like a gay innuendo, and bro, it had, like,
Dude, I'm learning this for the first time.
Bro,
I gotta be
yeah.
honest. Like, I've
bro,
never
we
heard
made it
this
through. We
before.
made it through 2 songs of the opening band, and we're looking around, and we're like, "What the fuck?" we walked into, and we literally pieced the fuck out, and we just went bar hopping.
Yeah, but here's the
I could
important
top
question.
that.
bro, it was
Do you remember the name of the band?
it was who? Queens of the Stone Age, 2000.
I think it was Stone Sour. Was it Stone
Um,
Sour? That was-
No, they were. They're
Okay,
not
so
as
the dolphin. So the dolphin was the venue.
No, it's the Norva was the venue, but it was a song about dolphin fucking. And
Okay,
And
so
it
it wasn't like a gay. It wasn't like a gay venue.
no, the Norva's a shit. I love the Norva.
Oh, okay. Because
Norva's
like I
shit.
remember.
saw Papa Roach like 6 times in the Norva. It was so cool because it's so small, and
Yeah, I like those places.
and afterwards, because this was in the late 90s, early 2000s when music was actually halfway decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
And
good
like
back then.
$60 extra, you can be hanging out in the back. And
nice.
depending on who's there, like I saw System of the Down in the beach house, and or the boathouse rather. And the boathouse
Nice.
it is a venue of like 200, I think 200 or 300, and it's a legitimate boathouse.
Oh, that's great.
They canceled it after a bunch of rap venues did shootouts. It's kind of fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I saw so many people there. Like they had naked bitches hanging from the fucking ceilings and shit.
Oh, dude, man.
That system
Some of the
they didn't do
shows-
that.
That fucking
Slipknot
sucks.
did the naked women. I saw Slipknot in a venue with 200 people, dudes.
That's
fucking
awesome.
insane. It was insane.
Veronica made Danzig the Tommy Wiseau of horror movies. El Gargoyle, you speak the truth. That is an astonishing piece of shit. And it's so not self-aware. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay.
No.
Well, wait a minute. Let's talk about that for a second because I got a Shudder account. You know?
Yeah, me too.
And I love it. Right? I fucking dig it. Heather
Yeah,
is
they got
not so
you,
much
Bob.
because I want to see like Rawhead Rex, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "No, this is the greatest movie ever in 1980 something."
I'll recommend 2 movies that you can for her that she'll love. But go on.
Well, I was on there and we're scrolling through all the Shudder originals, right? And Danzig's Erotica is listed under Shudder originals. And she noticed, she goes, "How come all these movies have four skulls? Like none of these movies have less than 4 skulls or more than 4 skulls, right?"
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Why do they all have 4? And then I noticed like Veronica had 4 skulls. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Because I already seen it. And it is an astonishing piece of shit, dude.
Right?
It's the worst.
Yeah, jaw-dropping.
It's not even good enough for cult movie status.
No. It's not even entertaining the way The Room is. Like The Room, if The Room had been made the way it is on purpose, Tommy Wiseau would be a genius.
Yeah.
A genius. Right? But Veronica, no matter how you look at it, it's a steaming
garbage,
pile
dude.
of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Danzig is the great disappointment. That's what I always refer to him as, the great disappointment. Because I remember, like, way back in the punk rock days, being heavily into the Misfits. I never got to see the Misfits play live because they really weren't around for that long.
Right.
But I got to see Sam Hain, and I got to see Danzig on his first, like, solo tour. In a tiny, tiny, tiny little club with a stage that was about the height of, like, a curb. Right? And I thought this guy was going to go on and just do more and more awesome shit. And then I remember his second solo record came out, Lucifuge, and I remember taking out like the liner notes, and it unfolded into a reversed crucifix. And I remember saying, "Uh-oh." Right? And
in his defense, he always used Satanism as a gimmick. Like,
no, I mean,
never,
like, it was that he was going metal.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Satanism thing. That's not what I had a problem with.
Saying. Yeah.
Right? It was like, oh crap, because the first Danzig record is basically goth metal. It's hard, heavy duty.
It is.
Goth.
I love
it. It's like what's that motherfucking did the Shrek songs? It was hardcore as shit, and then he got major labeled, and then it was soft as fuck.
You got to give us more details.
How about Smash Mouth?
Smash Mouth. Thank you.
You meant Smash Mouth. Okay.
That was the perfect.
Oh, fuck that guy.
I mean, you
I
did
thought
it,
I thought maybe
leave
you
it
meant,
like this. I'm leaving it like this.
I didn't know you meant Smash Mouth. I thought maybe you were talking about Turbongener.
No, I totally meant Smash Mouth.
Yeah, okay. Not
Yeah,
Turbonager?
Nice.
I had a friend who was obsessed with the Misfits and Danzig. So,
dude, I've always been obsessed with the Misfits.
Always, man. Going
but I
way
can tell you
back.
this, like, yeah, Danzig had a few stinkers, but when he put out Veronica, that just showed me that you can't be good at everything.
No,
I just can't.
I really thought that this guy, especially when the Less Than Zero soundtrack came out, right? Because he and Roy Orbison, he was a huge Roy Orbison fan, right? And he got to write a song for Roy Orbison, and Roy Orbison wrote a song for him. And they're both golden.
Yeah.
They're fantastic, right? I mean, Rick Rubin produced the shit, so you know it's good, right?
Oh, nice.
And I remember thinking, holy shit, this guy is going to keep growing and evolving. Wrong. He's so unself-aware. It's not funny. He's somebody that's high off the smell of his own farts. There are certain bands where you think to yourself, you hear their first record and you think, okay, if these guys like grow up, they're going to, and mature, they're going to be awesome. And some bands like Moonspell do, and some bands like Typo Negative don't.
I love typo negative.
No,
I do
typo
too.
negative. Damn.
I do too. But I'm saying they never grew up.
Well, you got to look at Peter Steele's first band.
Carnivore, yeah.
Carnivore. Oh, dude, I love Carnivore.
I love
was
Carnivore
the
too.
Shit, son. And they would dress up in all these barbarian outfits and just get on.
I know people that were at their shows. One guy said that I think there was a rap band too. So and this is like in Brooklyn at I think what the fuck was the name of that place? I can't remember it now. But half the audience was black and half the audience was white. And Carnivore comes out and they launch into race war, talking about a hate war. And he said the tension in that room was like thick. He was like, "Oh shit," because this is like, it's not like now, you know what I mean, where you see mixed audiences and like everybody's cool. This is like, you know, like 97, 8 maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I actually met Peter Steele at the Celtic Frost reunion concert. Him and the other typo negative boys were there, and I had like 2 pints of beer, and I was like, "Oh, typo in the house. I got one thing to say to you." Ooh. And they start cracking up because that's a thing that Tom G. Warrior, the singer of Celtic Frost, always does. Ooh! So they're cracking up and went back at me, and yeah, no, they were really cool. They were salt of the earth. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, very unpretentious.
No, I dig. I used to love typo.
Me too.
They, I mean, they put out. I can't say they put out a bad album. Like, they put out a couple that were not as good as the rest.
Yeah, yeah, but none of them are bad. But they should have gone on to do really great shit, is what I'm saying.
They should have, but I mean,
not every band is meant to, though. You know,
that's true.
Here's the problem. Like, typo negative. I don't know if Peter Steele like thought that far ahead, but it was a chick band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like chicks flocked to that band, and I think once Peter realized that, like he told this story, like he said after their first album released, and they were just doing a tour, they were doing a show, right? They were doing a tour. He said after one of the first shows, the his trailer was filled with women. He was like,
"Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that guy's dick? Did you ever see that schlong on that guy? It was."
No,
I'm not a dick looker at.
I forget that Brian is on the stream, so eventually it's gonna go from 10 to 11, you know.
Brian,
the line is gonna be
Edwin, you gotta reel me in. That's your job. Reel me in, brother. Reel me in.
It only took like 30 minutes into the stream, and that's
he posed for Playgirl, right?
He did, because he thought chicks looked at it.
Exactly, like Ron Jeremy, he thought that Playgirl is for chicks, right? That's how stupid he was. But the friend of mine who teaches black metal yoga.
Hold on. Playgirl is for chicks.
It's not.
It's for women.
It's for the dudes.
Women don't buy new men's magazines.
I'm not a dick looker at her. I'm not.
Yeah, it's for the dudes. Ron Jeremy put his name and his phone number when he posed for a Playgirl. This is before he got into porn, right?
Oh god.
And he just like sent in his picture with his real name, real phone number, right? Because he's like, oh man, I'm like, these chicks are gonna be crack-a-lacking at me, right? So the phone rings, and every time it's like, "Hello, is Ron there?" And this is while he's living with his parents. So they're picking up the phone. "Hello, is Ron there? Can I speak to Ron?" What a dumbass. He thought Playgirl was for chicks. It's okay, J Money, though. Don't feel bad, because
I'm listening to Queens of the Stone Age music now.
Oh,
no one knows.
Yeah. They were. Oh yeah. Check this out, Preston. You might appreciate this. Check out my new ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Shane.
Yeah. Does the
Bam!
jaw move?
No, it doesn't. But it's a nice little portrait of Boris right there.
Nice.
I'm not a jewelry guy.
Neither am I. I used to be a little bit back in my goth days, but now these days not so much. But I also don't leave the house. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
I don't either.
No one does.
Not in
does.
2021.
No.
As Jay, what's his name? Jay Raccoon now said a minute ago. Going back a bit, I think that's his phrase. The reason I was suggesting, because you couldn't remember Smash Mouth, the reason I was suggesting, Turbanager is because it's misspelled where I found it. It's actually Turbo Negro, and I think that's your opening. That's your opening band from Queens of the Stone Age, March
really
24th, 2003.
Did you just look that up? Did you just look that up, Blue?
I looked that up like 20 minutes ago.
Is there something about dolphin sex in any of their songs?
They got a 2-song set list on the same night as Queens of the Stone Age and Norva. And
Yeah, we left on the first song.
I was like, okay. It says, don't say MF, and then the second one is I got erection. And that's it.
Oh, we did leave on the second song. So that one is about dolphin fucking. And I don't know what that means. It's completely
you know what
subliminal,
that
I'm
means.
sure.
Yeah.
You know what that
I don't know. You got to ask Brian. He looks at dicks.
I'm not afraid to look at dicks. I'm comfortable enough in my heterosexuality that I can look at a man's penis and
What's
not
up, Anthony?
feel
All right.
gay.
Well, me and Jay Money are not.
Say,
that
man, you didn't have to
comfortable
bring me in with all
I'm
the
so
fucking
sorry.
Hey, Anthony, are you glad that you just walked in?
Y'all bring me in on penises and shit.
Speaking of people who ogle dicks,
Yeah, exactly. Bring me in on. Hey, bring Anthony in. Hey, buddy. Don't do me no favors.
Oh, poor Anthony. Oh, dude. Check it out. I got my copy right here.
Awesome.
I
And-
got my copy too, and it's fucking phenomenal. Like,
It's-
Anthony put
it's-
a lot of work into that shit, dude.
I really like Anthony, so I was like nervous when I got this.
Looking at dick.
No, I look at dicks to calm down, right? But I felt
Are you sure you're not on acid?
I just
Oh,
don't.
this is fun all the fucking time. What are you talking about?
But man, look at this nice quality book. The art is tizite. The story is engaging. It's chock-a-block full of monsters. There's no fat on this. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like every scene is moving the story
Ugh, it's them.
forward.
I don't know how you can put fat in them books, man. You know what I mean? Like it's old school and you're running 22, 24-page books and you're running 12 in a series or 4 in a series. You can add fat. When you fucking dealing with 50 to 60 pages and it's like you got to do a complete story. There's so much that I cut out of that.
Right.
We actually gonna put a deleted scene in Justice City Chronicles at the end called Victoria's Secret. And it basically, because we don't have time to kind of sew up that part. Well, what happened to Victoria? Wait, what happened? So we're doing like a 4-page deleted scene that tells you what happens. And so it's called Victoria's Secret. Because I mean, you know what I mean? It was like at some point I got 66 pages of story, and I'm like, dude, I could keep running this. And it's like I got to cut this off. I got to get this book done so I can get it out the backers. Otherwise, I could keep blowing this thing up and up.
Yeah, you can do that forever, and
That's
that's
what I'm
why
saying.
they make. That's why they make second issues too.
That's the whole point. 'Cause
Or
it's like,
Ashcan.
you don't have time for that shit, man.
This is
Yeah.
why
Do it, man.
we're probably going to do the blood hunt Doc Salem crossover. That was going to be like a single issue thing. It's the fight scene, like the big fight scene between Vincent and Doc. That's like already like 20 pages. So we're probably going to do it like in 2 volumes.
You can easily, that shit will easily take off, and like you're saying, and not be fatty at all. I mean, be pretty relevant to to the storytelling. I mean, you can't skimp on certain parts of it. It's like you have to put these elements in so that it doesn't read as flat or it doesn't read as just ham-fisted or just shoved in there.
Turning the page. Yeah. So that you're turning the page. And what I'm telling you, Anthony, is this is a page turner. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
What I'll go about like Phil with Zaid, like you want
Phil
with these books, you want to tell a complete story. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to kind of leave a cliffhanger in there, but not too much. You know, because who knows when the next one's coming out? You know, like you plan on having it out in 3 months or 2 months, but then shit comes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no team behind these books.
No,
it's me and Anthony working on our own books. Yeah. So.
Oh man, look at all the stuff that this comes with too.
So when are y'all two going to have time for me?
For what are you talking about? You got a book?
Nice.
For the dicks. No,
I was about to say, man, what you talking about? The dicks. Y'all got time for me? Like, hold on, man. Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm doing my job.
What pencil you talking about now?
I'm doing my job. Like, my job on these streams is to like make things weird as quickly as possible. Weird and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter as long as we have fun doing it.
Exactly. Nice little. You know what? I really like these little cards. I've really
came out nice. I like that too.
That came out beautiful, dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's fun. It's fun doing. I mean, let me put it like this: why you doing it? It's not fun.
No.
When you get the swag in, it's like you just like, holy shit, you know. I don't know. To be honest with you, man, I told Brian this. He's like, man, it must feel, you know, you feeling and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's like this shit is such a process to be the writer, the artist, the producer, the person who's out there promoting stuff that, man, you don't stop and look at your stuff and go, wow, look, these
until it's done.
Dude, even when it's done, you kind of like, you're like, post-traumatic stress disorder when it's over. You still don't, it doesn't set just yet. Until somebody, and then Brian points it out, and it's just like, yeah, why are you looking at these trading cards? These are real trading cards. I mean, I made sure that these things were quality so that they look like real trading cards. And I'm like, well, they don't look like real trading cards. They are real trading cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you realize this stuff, you've been making this stuff. It's like, wow, man, this is, you know, I just made all of this stuff, you know?
I know.
Well, it feels good, dude.
Like creator.
Right? I mean, how good. I'm sorry, Preston. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. With Salem, I just wanted it to be a really good story. I was more worried about the story than I was about production because it was only my second time writing a book, and I was like, I hope people like this.
I got to that part. Like the production aspect. Like I worried about all of that. It wasn't. I know what you're talking about. It wasn't until the books like was shipping out. Then I was like, okay, now people are gonna start getting the books because I'm just like you, Preston. This is my first time really writing and everything like this. So I was like, damn man. But I really wanted it. And when I reached out to you, Brian, and anybody I reached out to, I was like, no man, I really want real feedback. Like, what worked for you? What didn't work for you? Because I want to make my product better. Don't fucking worry about my feelings. I want to know if this worked, cool. If this didn't work, man, let me know because I want to get better at this shit.
That's dude. Then you're gonna have smooth sailing ahead. If you have that attitude, your books are just gonna keep getting better.
I was definitely like Preston. I was definitely like, oh my god, this fucking thing's gonna come out. People are gonna be like, oh, it was great. Fucking trash. Man.
Yeah, look. I don't know about you guys. My greatest fear is having American Idol syndrome. You know, when they bring these people on and they'd like caterwaul, but then they think they sound like Pavarotti. You know, they sound horrible, but they're like, you know, like they don't really like the lack of self-awareness, right? It's just like I think this is good, but I don't know, man. And it's nerve-wracking. When I put my first book out, holy shit, dude. I told myself, like, if they give it bad reviews, what the fuck do critics know? But deep down inside, if people had slammed it, that shit would have hurt.
Yeah, it would have fucking hurt because you fucking really care. You put your time and energy.
Yes. Yeah, man. it's about the passion and nice metal bookmark right there. Signed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
As-
What up,
as-
what up, Blue? Good to
I
talk
thought I
to you,
saw
man.
some. Yeah, I thought I saw some beads there earlier. Please don't show them off unless they're clean, okay? All right. Hey, I'm falling asleep here. I gotta go, guys. I love
All right.
y'all.
Peace
Hey,
out,
man.
man.
Alright.
Really
Peace,
appreciate it.
peace and love.
Bye,
Peace and love, dude. Yeah, it's a little Quadaddy necklace.
And we
Hey,
got
Jerry.
Jerry.
Hey,
What's
how's
happening,
it going?
Jerry?
Jerry's
going
got
on?
a ton of beads at his house right
Man,
now.
it's been a lot of work around the southeast for our power linemen. I'm telling you. So we keeping it cold and wet around here.
Oh, that's what you do. You work on the lines. You're a
Oh
lineman.
yeah.
Dude, that's one fucked up job right there.
Right.
You're not in Teja, are you?
What? I don't know what Teja is.
Teja, Texas.
Oh no, I'm South Mississippi, but
Gotcha.
we're actually like the Weather Channel refers to us as the landmass between Louisiana and Alabama
The
because
landmass.
Right.
they don't want to say Mississippi. It's
That's
controversial.
Oh, God.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, that ain't right. Mississippi, Tupelo, Mississippi. That's where the birthplace of the king.
That is the birthplace of the king, Elvis Presley. She, my daughter, is really into Elvis Presley. She's 13, so I don't know where she got that from, though. But she's got like a record player and some records. And
Oh, that's awesome.
I was always a Johnny Cash guy.
Oh, yeah.
Gothic
Oh.
country rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you go? I'm sorry, Brian.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, a lot of people think that country music is whack, but that's because they think of this like crappy like Garth Brooks like pop country. Real country like Johnny Cash,
Merle
fucking Hank
Haggard.
Williams. That's like some gangster shit.
Okay, did
I
you know?
was- Keep going. Go ahead.
Did you know that Johnny Cash, the only time he ever went to jail was because he was picking flowers from the sign in from like the big Mississippi State sign, Mississippi College, MSU sign. He was picking flowers there, and he drunk. They arrested him. That's the only time he ever went to jail. Spent the night.
No
so all
shit.
that, that Folsom prison. You know,
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
Merle Haggard was a real fucking shit kicker, bro. Merle Haggard went to jail a few times. He was a bad motherfucker.
I think Merle
Yeah, he
Haggard
is.
and Johnny Cash both like did a massive amount of drugs, dude. I think they got each other hooked on more shit, dude.
Yeah, they ran together for a little while.
Well, not Willie. Not Willie. Willie just sticks to the sticky icky, and everybody loves Willie. I think we can agree. Everybody loves.
That's
everybody
probably why
loves
he's still around.
Yeah, you know.
Probably so.
I mean, he
You're probably
smoked. He smoked Snoop under the table. Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, because like my millennial friends, they think like the Pope of pot is Snoop, and I'm like, oh no. It's fucking Willie, without a fucking doubt. And so like when I heard that story, I was like, confirmation.
Yeah.
Do you know they actually pulled him, like cops like pulled over his tour bus and arrested him for like possession of marijuana?
I can say one thing about
remember
Willie. Willie, he was in debt to the government for like something like $5 million or some shit like that for back taxes. And instead of filing bankruptcy or anything like that, that motherfucker worked his ass off and paid every nickel that shit off. Dude. Yeah. He was-
He didn't want to go to jail, you know.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys also that's famous for like touring. I got to see him live at like a state fair.
Oh, get
And he-
out of here.
Yeah, and he looked really amused because this is back in my punk rock days, and so I was there with a bunch of my punk rock friends. We were there to see Willie, right? And he he kept looking over at us and like cracking up because like we were like, you know, mohawks and like spike jackets and shit. He's like, what are those dudes doing there? Oh well, they seem to like me, so.
Hey, I have a question. Why is Hex telling us about his affection for older men like Marty Robbins?
What the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, man. He's telling us about. I don't know.
Oh, I remember why I brought up Peter Steele's dong. It's
Uh-oh.
because he dated a friend of mine, or I should say, a friend of mine went out on a date with him. Melody is her name. She's 5 foot, like 5 foot tall. Like gets her clothes like out of like the kids section.
Oh God.
They did
What a
not,
promo show, I did.
They did not do the nasty. They did not do the nasty. But I just
At,
thought about
at least
that. I
it'll
was
be
like,
at least it'll be memorable. You know.
oh God, yeah, but not necessarily in a good way. Yeah, but yeah, they didn't click. Like she said he was cool and everything, but there just wasn't that. I don't think either of them were feeling that spark. So she's still alive and able to teach black metal yoga in Brooklyn.
But the important part about that story is, did she ever get the stitches out?
Oh, dude, I see this girl, 5 foot tall, do I think 30 Jägermeister shots like on her birthday.
Oh my God.
Christ, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
I bet
like
you
she's
she
like
had
an Energizer bunny.
She had dissolvable stitches.
Because I was thinking, oh man, how's that gonna work out? Oh man, biologically impossible, I would think.
Another person that I promised to get on the show that I crammed in tonight is our boy here,
The Pecs.
Jerry. Would
Jerry.
ever matter. He
What up, Jerry?
Jerry's book is phenomenal, and it's not getting any attention at all. I don't know if he's gotten any more since he made the adjustments to the pages, but he's upped his page count to how big is it now, Jerry?
Well, as soon as you brought him in, he typed
private chat.
He typed P break.
Oh, P break. Okay, never mind. Oh, damn, missed this chance again.
I'm sorry, Jerry. What's the name of the book again? I forget whether or not I backed it.
P break.
Jerry's in the seeing right now.
Yes, might want to read the private chat. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there he is.
I'm back.
Use a catheter.
It's such a long trip from bladder to the tip. It catheter would be efficient,
right?
I said it's such a long trip from the bladder to the tip. The catheter would be efficient.
You need a fucking garden hose to go.
But I'm sorry, Jerry. Can you remind me what the name of your book is?
It's Evermatter.
Evermatter, because I'm not sure.
Evermatter
If I backed it.
For some reason, Jerry's book isn't getting any attention at all.
Well,
and I promised
let's get
Jerry
it
to
some
bring
love.
him in the other day, but I was having some issues. So I'm going to try to cram Jerry in here with Ace, and we'll see how this goes. Jerry,
No, man, you're good. I'm actually gonna have to get out of here in about 10 minutes because I gotta.
all right, Jerry, you got to wait.
Another, stream, I promise. So.
You got to hold up, Jerry.
And Edwin, I haven't backed your book yet, but I will as soon as I have the dough. Because
Yeah, man, no
the Ace
problem. Like I said,
looks like it's slathered in awesome sauce.
I want to
Yeah,
talk
man,
to you
thank
after
you.
the show
Like I said-
too, Brian. So don't go anywhere. Hang
I won't.
out.
I won't.
So Ace it's not in demand. You actually have 11 days to go, but is this your first 30 days or is it your second?
yeah, the first 30 days. Yeah.
I can't bring it up right now because I have too many people in. I think. Let me
No,
see.
you're good.
Let me see if I can share screen. Let's see here. Oh no, I can. I can share.
Yeah, you
screen.
should be able to.
All right.
Oh man, this is a beautiful looking book.
Oh, you looking at it?
Yeah. I definitely haven't backed this because this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Because you just say Jerry. That's why.
Because I do, yeah. It's just it's a personal thing. No, this is.
He
Oh
likes
man,
the dick.
this looks great. This
There's
looks
no
really
penis
good.
in there. Is that why you have it back?
No, there's no Richard Corbin.
Not enough dong.
Yeah, now you know why I'm a Richard Corbin fan.
Oh shit.
What
It's too late. Too late. Jay Crockett.
Small hats included.
Oh man,
Only
reach out and fuck with someone. That's what I always say.
or grab their dick. I gotta stop. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
It's all good, bro.
No, dude,
We're all friends here, man.
No,
We're
no,
all
What are
friends.
you talking about?
We're all friends.
Yeah.
I
There's
promise.
no stop on this show. What are you, crazy?
In 1 minute, I'll do it again.
Edwin, tell me about the book, man. What you got? What is it about? I'm sure it's not about penises. What's it? Tell me what.
No penises are in this book. No dildos. No.
You just lost half your backers.
That's it. I'm not backing it. Yeah, sorry, man. Fuck that.
It's all right. Hex Harper backed the book, so we're good.
What up, Hex?
Yeah, thank you, brother. No, man, the Ace is about this young guy, David Diaz, who is out of college. He's trying to figure out kind of what to do with his life, and he ends up one day discovering the remains of a shooting star and gaining the ability to transform into this armored being called the Ace. And one day Akula, who's the giant bounty hunter shark there, shows up at his front door looking to take the armor for himself. So that's basically the story of the first volume of the Ace. And the Ace is meant to be an ongoing. My dream is to kind of put one of these out a year and kind of have a lot of stories for each character and different journeys they're going to go on. So thank you everybody for getting it funded. And already got Canales already has the script for volume 2 in his hands. He's going to start working on it in the spring. So now it's just about trying to get these stretch goals and trying to run the numbers up a bit so we can really kind of do some more cool stuff for volume 2, because I funded all this by myself. So it's
congratulations, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man.
The name Kula, like, what is that? Does that mean shark?
Yes.
It does.
See, what I love about this is that it looks like a cross between the Guyver and like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I hear the Guyver comparison. I got to check it out. Everybody always brings that up. Do love Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's great.
It looks like one of Cobra Commando's soldiers. Are you a big G.I. Joe fan? Is that?
I love G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it should.
Used to have all the figures back then, man. Hell yeah. It's kind of about mixing it's all about mixing this kind of like weird kind of sci-fi elements, but also kind of bring it with some heart and stuff. Because in the first issue, it is about David, and you kind of get to know him and his relationship with his mom, stuff like that. So I'm trying to mix both in as best as I can.
How many pages was it?
I saw 32 pages.
God,
20 pages of story. No, just no. Thank you though.
It's a great looking book, people. Definitely, if you haven't backed this yet, definitely throw some love to Edwin's way. And or I shouldn't say like it's like charity or something. Back this book because it looks fucking awesome.
Also, these cards that I'm doing right now, Edwin's going to be putting up as a perk, I'm guessing. And,
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's righteous.
Yeah, thank you for those. Yeah.
So this is what they look like. Let me put it on full screen. Let's see here. Having a boomer moment. How do you do that? How do you make it full screen? There's one on right here.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Nice.
That's awesome.
Here's Kulo right there.
Akula, yes.
Kula. Yeah, he's not finished yet. I gotta finish Chulo. Chulo.
That's awesome.
Chulo right
I love the Kulo. I'm definitely a Kulo man.
No, you're a penis, man.
Yeah, it's too late. You can't say the early, the last like 30 minutes,
man.
Okay, let me get my furry suit.
Brian loves cock.
Only if I'm like in a suffocating football team mascot costume.
So you love the cock?
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh man, there's this video. Not to get off topic, but there's this freaking video that's on YouTube. I gotta send this to you, Preston, if you haven't seen it yet. It literally made me laugh until I cried.
You're not traumatized yet, Preston. You're gonna be.
There was
That's how you know he's a good friend. You ever had those good friends? They're like, "Oh man, this smells like shit. Here, smell this." You know, I'm gonna take
Dude, I
your
do
word
that all the
for it,
time.
bro.
I do
Oh,
that
this
all the
tastes
time.
terrible. Here, taste
Oh,
this.
I'm that dude. I'm that dude. Definitely. Yeah. It's like you give whatever it is that tastes terrible to your friend, but you also give them like a napkin so they can spit it out. Yeah, I'm that dude for sure.
Oh man.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh man, you gotta you gotta check this out.
All right, guys, I do gotta get out of here, but thank you,
All right,
for,
Edwin.
Preston, for having
Whatever,
me on.
Edwin.
It's just fun.
Rock and roll, brother. keep on on rocking, man. I'm looking forward to backing your book, and then of course even more so reading the damn thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I should
man.
have
Thank
something
you,
for
guys.
you
Thank
next
you,
week.
Preston.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
brother.
Dude.
Looking
Give me your
forward to it.
address, and I'll get these over to you. And,
Definitely,
that way
I'll
you can
DM
get
you.
'em up on
All right,
your-
guys, thank you to the chat. Held the chat. You guys rock. Thank you. Peace.
Peace,
All right, brother.
peace and love,
Later.
brother.
Now that he's gone, we can talk shit. Is he gone?
Oh, it's my favorite part is talking shit about people.
From what I've seen, I don't think that it matters if they're here or not, right?
Oh, but I mean, people don't log off and then like watch like the rest of the stream. They log off to make something to eat or something, and that's when we talk shit about them behind their back.
You got that 10-minute window.
Yup. Oh Christ! Oh man.
So Anthony, what the fuck's up, dude? What's up with this new book you fucking with?
Justice City Chronicles.
Anthony's not here.
He's-
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. My man, you got me fucked up, Jay. I'm like, where the fuck you going, boy? You fucking over there. Hey, you ever seen that movie Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead? Anybody else ever seen that
long
movie?
time ago.
Man, you gotta go see that movie. The character reminds me of that. He's fucking, like I said, man's waiting for fucking something to come get him. Look like he's about to go hunt the predator or something like that, man. Hey, where you live at, for real?
Who?
Jay, where you live at?
Alabama.
You up there in that old Alabama boy?
No, I'm not an Alabama boy. I'm a Navy boy. I'm a Navy brat.
He's a Navy brat.
Yeah.
Okay, you living in Alabama now?
Yeah. As when my dad died, I moved down here. Yeah.
I got you. How long you been down there for?
4 or 5 years.
That's
Both
close.
my daughter. Yeah. So, both my daughters were born in Virginia. I'm from Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
The
from
great
Texas.
underwater city of Texas, the frozen
The
Iceland of
frozen
Texas.
tundra. That's
Where
Oh,
they
man,
got
those poor
where they
people,
got the
man.
gays and the guys that wrangled the queers and
queers and queers, son.
Queers
You
and
got
queers.
no horns on you,
Yeah.
so we got to narrow it down.
Well, you know,
Unfortunately-
cowboy actually was. It started out as an insult, as a pejorative, because cowboys were notorious for situational homosexuality, shall we say? You know, bunch of dudes on a trail together for like 6
Here
months.
we go. All roads
So
lead
calling
back to
somebody a
God.
cowboy.
All right.
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out. I'm
Fucking
just pointing it out.
cowboys and shit. It's like, well, listen, how the cowboys really came about was they were slinging cock on each other. You know,
Yeah, I was-
the dick.
the big
I was
black
gonna-
Angus beef they're talking about is not really cow.
I was going to start talking
Oh.
about shark hunting and how it is that you hunt great whites, but I knew Brian was going to bring a cock into it. I don't know.
Oh man, I don't get that, man. People that fuck with sharks, you can keep those things the fuck away from me, man.
Nah, Anthony,
People going into cages with it's like, oh, it's a big fucking shark trying to eat me. Fuck that shit, man.
What's up, Jay?
hold,
And then they
hold on
make
one
the
second,
water.
one second.
Hey, you gotta go in the water and fuck with them. I don't
Like-
like water.
Skydiving, yeah, sure, I would try that, but like putting myself
Right.
in a water as like a treat for this giant fucking monster fish, fuck that, man.
Well, what I
Oh,
was gonna
God.
what I
What
was
are you
gonna
going to do? I'm going to be bait.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
guys,
Yeah, fuck
like,
that.
they're pouring buckets of chum in the water and blood
Yeah.
and everything. And
Oh. Like, why would you do that? I do not fucking get. It's like, you know how sharks go crazy when there's blood in the water? In my case, there's just be piss in the water.
Jeez.
Hey,
I
Anthony, I
know,
don't know
fucking
Yeah, Jay,
way.
what you got?
because
Bro?
Preston, you're in Louisiana too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were stationed in Metairie.
Oh,
were
you
you?
right. Yeah, you in my backyard there.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
at in Metairie?
What? Fuck. We lived in an apartment complex because we were only there for 2 or 3 years.
You wasn't in Kenner, bro. Were you?
No, it wasn't in that deep Cannon, Brian. You talking about
It was around. We lived out. We didn't live on a military base. We lived outside of the military base.
That's what I'm trying to think. Was it Metairie or you was living in Jefferson Parish? Because they got barracks down there. Where's the barracks at? That down there off not past the 9th Ward, right before you get in the Chalmette. They got barracks down the Jackson barracks down there. They got some barracks, I think, on the West Bank, off of back there by General de Gaulle, off of de Gaulle and shit. But I'm trying to think out in Metairie where they would have had you stationed at. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about where in Metairie.
It was around the shipyards.
Were you actually in the army? Or were you?
No, my dad. My dad
Well,
was
that's
a
what-
military cop.
That's what I'm saying. So I think what you're talking about would be over there on the West Bank. That's probably what you're talking about. So you might have lived. But you just lived. You didn't live on the base or nothing, correct?
Nah, not there.
That's what it was. You must have lived in Metairie, and your daddy just because New Orleans is so small, man.
Yeah,
Like,
not
I mean,
that
it
big.
really is. It's seriously
we're
30
right
minutes.
on the wall.
Yeah, 30 minutes. If you're from New Orleans, 30 minutes is a long ride, bro. That's a long. You can go pretty far. 30 minutes. I can get to Laplace. I can get to the North Shore. I can get to New Orleans. I can get out to the east. I can get pretty far. So that's probably what it was. You probably lived in Metairie. Your daddy probably went either there or to or they got another base in Belle Chase. So they got a couple bases, bro. But that's probably what it was. It was probably the one on the West Bank.
Yeah. The downside to the Navy is moving all the fucking time.
Right.
All the time.
Well, the downside to being Brian is you like cocks all the time. So
I was wondering we didn't hear any more dick jokes.
think about that.
Not at the,
You know?
we got the vacuum cleaner in the back.
He's going. I'm going to get that. And
Yeah,
look,
the vacuum cleaner.
talk
Look
about
at
Jerry's project.
and a heater. He got a heater and a humidifier.
You know what was that movie? It was spoofing. What was it? Scary movie. They was spoofing, and your boy come in the room and he had the vacuum cleaner and he was using it to give himself a fucking blowjob. Man, what movie was that? Scary movie or some shit? It was one of the scary movies, man.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, Preston. He's like, "What do you mean? I do
Where did he fucking go?
all the
Yeah,
time."
but
What
everything.
are you talking about?
So can we? So what about Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry. Let's see your project, man. Let's see about Jerry's project.
Jerry, penis size?
you froze. Either you're froze or I'm froze. One of the.
Am I froze?
No, none of y'all. Neither one of y'all are frozen.
I don't think Jerry, you're not froze to me, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you good, man.
Okay, if you say so. It's. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
Jerry?
Everything went
Jerry?
back to working. It's working now. It's working.
Jerry?
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
Shit.
All right. Let me get this back up. Y'all,
All right.
y'all are terrible
I know, Jesus, man.
show guests. Y'all just all this penis talk. And
Fucking penis. We got here, man.
Oh shit, that looks good.
I love this book actually. I think it's badass. My only advice to him was to bulk his book up, because 32 pages isn't enough to go ahead and justify $15. And he did. He bulked it up pretty good. The
Nice.
And I like the artist that you hired to do this. Like, I really dig his work. It's got that. I don't know. Like, what do you think, Anthony? You know, I mean,
It reminds me of like Batman Beyond type of stuff.
a
It's
little
in
bit.
that vein. Well, when I'm looking at the chick and stuff, but the colors, I mean, it looks good because it has a very consistent organic flow to it. So
Yeah.
even though it's highly stylized, he knows his work. He knows his line.
Yeah.
So
Also,
all of
this
it
reminds me of Kirby a lot. Like this part right here, this creature. He looks like a Kirby
yeah.
creature. You know?
I like the transition right there is nice too. From
Yeah.
the car to underneath like that, those panels, I love that shit, man. That's
Yeah, where the back seat is kind of like the panel, makes the panel for
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
I
killer
love that.
transition, bro. That's killer transition.
And that's one
Yeah.
of those things that you can only do in comic books. You
Right.
can't do that in any other medium. And I love when people do stuff in their comic books that you can only do in comics.
That's a nice fucking scene right there too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm saying. There's
The white
almost
highlights. That shit looks good, dude.
there's
Yeah.
almost no page on here that I'm not totally digging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and maybe you're giving away too much of the book. But
Add
I
10
mean,
more pages.
you know, at least that's why I don't get it. I get that it's not a huge book, and we fixed that. You know, where you
Yeah,
fixed
but
that.
40, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 48 pages. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is a funny game because I was forgetting who I was talking to about this shit. It's like the way somebody was asking me about, we were talking about Kickstarter and Indiegogo, right? And the two different ones. And so it was like, the difference is that, in my opinion, is Kickstarter is full of people who are content with making a book, covering their costs, and that's it, right? And it's traditional crowdfunding. Indiegogo and CG has changed the game in that what we do is not really traditional crowdfunding. It's not. You have most of the people on Indiegogo are people who are trying to make a business. They're trying to make careers. They're trying to brand their shit out. And what's different is you're mixing the element of crowdfunding with digital entertainment. You have to go on the shows. You have to promote the stuff. You have to. It's part of the Indiegogo package. It just is.
Yeah.
It's a part of the thing. You have to do that because you have to get out there and show people. Look, man, you can have because that book looks good. You can have the greatest book in the world. I'm telling you right now, people want to talk to you. They want to see you. They want to hear you talk about it. They want to hear. They want to know you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do that, it's like then your book gets lost. Even if it looks good, it gets lost in the sea of fucking books out there.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of good books like out right now, and in fact, there's a few that I really like. The Confederate Frankenstein. Confederate
Yeah,
Mon-
I like that too.
Confederate monster.
That
Yeah.
one, dude, that just got me. I mean, dude, everybody knows I'm a Frankenstein freak to begin with. But
I was with
Me
that.
too.
Yeah, we was on Indie Vote the other night with that little dude. He was on.
he's coming in. He's coming on here to talk, and I called him. I was like, dude, come on the show, talk about it. Yeah, I really like that. And he does what I like to do. Like he mixes all these monsters in, right? Like it's not just about Frankenstein. It's about fucking zombies and all this other crazy shit. Yeah.
So Jerry, I would tell you, man, you got to make some shows, brother. You know, I mean, I can put you on Indie Vote. Like I said, probably we could turn you on to some people, but you got to do some shows just to get in front of people, man.
Yep.
Yeah, people.
Your shit looks good, bro.
We'll help you with that, though, dude. We'll help you with that.
I think a habit that a lot of us fall into too is that we only do CG shows, and that's bad because you only hit one crowd.
Well, I would say for a lot of us, Anthony excluded, and I haven't been doing as much. But you had an issue, and my mom had an issue. So, and it all happened exactly at the same
Yeah, dude, it was. That's why I never reported on Anthony's book because when I got it, I was going to do a show about it and all this kind of shit, and I was like, it happened. Yeah. His book came in right at the wrong time.
and that's part of it too. It's tough when you're out there, you know, and you're taking all the hits, man. Because especially, I know for myself, man, I'm like, goddamn. But sometimes I'm like, I got to come home. I got to do the daddy thing, do the husband thing. I got a job. You know what I mean? I got to come home. Then it's like you got to go into all the promotion stuff. Then you got to go on streams. You know what I'm saying? And be relevant. You know what I mean? And that shit it takes up a lot of fucking time. It's stressful.
It is a hustle, and it can become a grind. And there was a moment where I had to ask myself, I was like, well, am I a YouTuber or am I a comic book creator? Now, I'm not saying you can't be both. Yeah, absolutely.
I do not mean to interrupt you, but I don't want to lose the thought. So I used to be a manager for bartenders. Like, the way I see, like, hanging out with you and Preston and even Anthony more often, it's like hanging out at the bar. And so we're digitally hanging out at the bar. And we got to find that lot of people that we like fucking chilling with at the bar, and that's ultimately what it means. You got what I hate is watching shows with 6 or 7 people, and there's more people on the panel than there are people watching it.
Well,
yes.
Okay, I got to dump a few of you guys then.
I knew that was.
Hold on.
Wait a minute now.
But I just talked about like. But it has to be built. You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying I'm popular.
It has to
at any fucking standard.
I've worked hard to get you on this show.
Don't sell yourself short.
You fucking.
You're a character.
Like, I can't find anybody that'll wear a squirrel top hat with no shirt.
Yeah.
Suspenders. I mean, raccoon. I'm sorry.
And you can't fake the funk, man. You can't fake the funk.
I'm gonna get a squirrel next.
Well, the thing is, when Hollywood casts these shows, they do what they call chemistry reads, and what it is, you're just finding your chemistry with other people.
Yeah.
When you get a group of people that their chemistry just jives, then it makes for a good show, a good experience for the viewer.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like having Brian and Blue on, mainly because Brian's a fucking dictionary, like a wealth of horror and just facts, right? And Blue brings that intelligence fact. Not that Brian's stupid, but
yeah, well, I'm not the brightest bulb.
Like, hey,
Blue is always the voice of reason.
I don't know what the fuck,
Somebody's got to fucking bring shit back to earth.
And whenever we can get Anthony on, I mean, Anthony's that New Orleans spice. Hell, his accent's sticking in mine, dude.
Nolan.
Thank my daddy for that. Motherfucker.
It's his penis size.
I should get that motherfucker. I should get that motherfucker on. I should get him on here one time. You trip out on that motherfucker.
Like, the accent is the accent directly related to penis size?
I don't know. Maybe so.
You have to find out, Preston.
Yeah.
I have to pass on that one.
You need to do the detective work, bro.
We need some more women in CG. That's all.
Oh God, yeah. God, amen, amen, brother. Amen.
I hadn't seen Anthony like in real life, I don't think, but like, you're not that dude standing on Bourbon Street with the dress, with it like hanging out from under the dress or anything like that. Like,
no. That ain't me, baby.
I was just checking.
I'm the motherfucker in the back, all the way back in the back, smoking weed with the fucking bitch sucking the dick under the table, while I'm playing cards with the other hand.
See, Jerry, you're a natural. You're a natural. Brother, Jerry, have you been on any streams yet? Like,
oh yeah, I've been making the rounds pretty good. The thing is, I was stupid and I got the campaign ready and I hit the launch button and I should have launched on a stream. I didn't do that, even though everybody.
How many days you got left?
It's your first campaign, right?
How many days you got left on it?
I'm in my first 30.
Okay,
so
you can push another 30, huh?
Yeah, I can. Obviously, I'd like to be halfway funded going into my second 30. That way, I'd be.
Listen to me, man.
Look at you there.
That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. I mean, listen. There is conventional wisdom. Don't get me wrong, and the conventional wisdom usually runs true. But that don't mean it can't be broken. That doesn't mean that you can't bend it, bro. Conventional wisdom may say certain things, but you have the ability with crowdfunding, with digital, with shows, with anything at your disposal, all these things at your disposal, you can bend them rules. So you do another 30, man, you go hard on this.
Well,
You
Here's
just
the
start
thing.
pumping the fuck out of it. You can do what you need to do, man. You can make what you need to make.
Amen. Amen. What Anthony said. And
So be it.
we'll help you out, dude. If this is this your first campaign?
Yeah, this is my first campaign.
Well, you're
Oh.
you're already 75% there because it's a quality book. Like the art's quality,
what-
from what I understand, the story. This is
It's
this
just
book
about
is what I
finished
would
too,
consider
you
a
know?
mainstream book.
Yes.
A good mainstream book. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Like,
Yeah. And the style of art, I'm seeing Bruce Timm. I'm seeing Michael Avon Ooming. I don't know how you pronounce it.
talking about.
Ooming.
you're going a little too crazy there.
Yeah, you got that that Adult Swim kind of Travasky, Gundam
Yeah, it does
Travasky
look like
kind of.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny
Kinda.
Tartakovsky. Yeah. But at the same time, it looks like its own thing.
Oh, it
Little
looks
Alex
good.
Toth. And I
I
love
definitely get Toth and Kirby out of that. You know what
Right?
I'm saying? I definitely
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah,
a lot of Toth, and I love me some Alex Toth. Yeah, no, it
And
looks,
some
it looks
dick.
beautiful.
yeah. Carlos is he's a good
48 pages.
yeah. He
Yeah, for that.
I was
Also,
talking to-
I was on this, but my mic was off. Anthony doesn't want people to know this, but he's that guy who painted silver in the middle of the quarter.
okay, yeah, okay. Now I know.
Silver and gold.
He's the human statue.
Do the gold one too on Fridays. Saturdays is silver. Fridays and Sundays I do both.
I was watching those dudes that do the flips. That's
I do
always
that
there
too. I
in
do
front of the
flips
steps.
too. I do
Well,
flips too.
I saw like they would call out people's money, you know, like this is from Israel. Well, the guy from Israel is like $20 from Israel, and then the guy's like Palestine. You gonna let them do that to you? I was like, whoa,
Shit just got real.
yeah. But it's funny how them dudes, those guys do on the street artists.
Oh, they hustlers, man. They fucking
Yeah, they
man.
are. Yeah,
It's fun. It's like in Chicago, it's the same. In New
Love
York,
Chicago.
yeah, there's certain areas like man, you got certain street vendors that are fun.
Well, I mean, in New York, we used to have like the Naked Cowboy, big deal. But
You're going to dicks again.
Chicago is. I mean, I love Chicago for a bunch of reasons, but one of the main reasons is it's one of the few cities that has actually like beautiful, awesome public art. Where you'll be walking through the streets and you'll see like public art that's like actual art. You know what I mean? Not like in New York City where it's like a
Chicago?
big cube or something. Yeah, there's got fucking Picassos in the street.
Chicago's one of the oldest cities.
I know. And
Yeah, but
the-
New Orleans is the same
public
way. New
art
Orleans
is
is
fantastic.
New Orleans.
New Orleans is a trip. New Orleans is its own fucking country, man. Anybody
That's
that's
what I've heard.
in New Orleans, it's its own. I mean, you talk about just all kind of shit mixed into one. I mean,
Yeah.
you got all kind of shit. You got Spanish,
gumbo.
you got French. It is, man. You got all
So-
kind of cultures mixed together down there. That's become one culture.
That's
You know what I
awesome.
mean? It really
Well, I
is.
used to work at an old folks home, and some of those Italians, like they'll tell you stories about when they like back in the day. And I was a security guard, and this one guy, he was like, back in the day, he was like, we were fresh off the boat. I was like, what? He goes,
Yeah.
He was like,
No
they treated us so bad. That's where the mafia
Oh,
came
yeah.
from in New
What?
Orleans.
New
Because they had to
Orleans,
stick together. Yeah.
No shit.
Buku,
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know that.
Italians come from
Cities.
Buku Italians come from New York and they migrated down to New Orleans.
French.
New Orleans, you're talking about 1911. It was some big ass fucking deal down. I think it was 1911 or some shit like that. They had a big deal with the fucking Dagos down there and shit. Because that's the thing. New Orleans is a heavy Catholic town, bro. It's a heavy.
Yeah,
heavy,
dude. Yeah, you should see
You
the
know what I mean? You
cathedral.
got the Irish Channel over there. I mean, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, Mardi Gras. I mean, it's part of the fucking culture there.
I remember one of the first times I went to Mardi Gras. Yeah, I was with my old lady, not my current. It was way back in the day, and I was walking through there, and you know they have the little dudes tap dancing. You know?
Yeah.
I accidentally knocked his box over, and the change went everywhere, dude. So bad. I'm trying to help pick it up while other people are robbing him blind right there.
Oh man.
It was horrible.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, ouch.
They would take
Ouch.
they would take like bottle caps and put it on a bottle.
Yeah, they would fuck these little bitty motherfuckers, man. 5, 6, 7, 10 years old. They go down there, bro, and they fucking.
Dude, they would hustle like doing
They take fucking bottle caps and they basically put them in the tips of their shoes and they fucking dance. They take buckets and flip them over and fucking do drumsticks on them.
Yeah, they do that shit in Chicago.
Right.
In New York too.
Yeah, but they're good. That's
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking about kids, man. Motherfuckers are fucking hustling, dude.
Boy. They'd walk away with about $100 at least, at the end of the day.
I always walk by them. I'm like, when I get home, I'll get me some bottle caps. I'm gonna try this.
You white.
Film it.
You don't have the DNA for it, bro. Don't even try it.
That's racist.
DNA for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to New Orleans, but I have friends who have been many times and have told me how incredible the place it is, how unique it is, and
you get past the humidity and not getting the tourist traps in New Orleans,
right?
You'll love it. Yeah,
the humidity will fuck you up, man.
And I've heard the best naughty, bad, like bad for you food. Like I've heard that the food is just like the restaurants are just like completely insane and off the hook. Like awesome.
I wouldn't say it's bad food, like bad for you.
No.
In fact, it's mostly seafood. I don't see how it can be bad.
It's tough,
I love seafood because I'm a seafood guy.
If you go down to New Orleans, let me tell you something straight up. Like old school New Orleans dishes, like you probably gonna use probably a half a stick to a stick of butter and whatever.
He's right about that.
Whatever you cook, I mean, that's just in the beginning, and then you know what I mean.
That's the French. That's a French influence right
so
there.
It's very much like that. So it's very rich. The food is extremely rich.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
And then they bring you butter so you can dip it in the butter.
Oh yeah. That's just cooking in the butter. That's just the cooking. You know what I mean? They got all the
sauce. Oh God, yeah.
Marmalade and the butter over here. They got bleu blanc sauce and all kinds of shit. You know,
that's just making me think. Like just listening to that, it nearly gives me a cardiac arrest. Like Southern cooking is really good from what I've heard.
It's a trip.
It's naughty.
Yeah, well, it's the trip, but it's like, and then you got these things called po' boys, where they didn't take the seafood and put them on sandwiches and shit and make sandwiches out of it.
Fucking all my stuff, po' boys.
Yeah,
I'll say something. When I eat a roast beef po' boy, I need a roll of paper towels to go with it because that thing is slathered in gravy and mayo and pickles and hot sauce. The shit is running down my arms. You think I'm lying? This is only half the sandwich.
I believe you. Let
me ask you this: is this only me? Because most of the places you go down there, you can order like the fried shrimp, and you get like a dozen fried shrimp, or you can order like the po' boy, which is cheaper, and you get like 35 of the fried shrimp. So you
say that's a tourist trap.
They got what it is they tell you ordering. The difference is like you ordering Gulf shrimp. Like so, if you get a shrimp platter, Gulf shrimp, which is going to be a little bit bigger. Maybe not that much bigger, but po' boys, man. If you go to the right place, man, them motherfuckers, you'll have 3 meals out that motherfucker.
We go to this.
What falls off of it, you could scoop up and make an entire another sandwich out.
He's not lying, dude. Like
that's the good thing.
I believe you.
I had friends over from Texas, and they were like, "Let's go eat." I was like, "We ain't eating in New Orleans." I was like, "Let me bring you to a place that I know of outside New Orleans." We went to Buster's, and dude, we had raw oysters, we had blackened oysters, we had.
So you eat the raw oysters on a cracker with hot sauce?
Yeah, I do. Oysters. And then sometimes I just suck them off the shell.
I do that.
That's how I like to do them.
A little bit of salt,
a little bit of Tabasco.
Yeah, no, I just
like a little bit of horseradish and boom.
Horseradish, yeah, dude.
Anthony, Anthony, you son of a bitch.
It reminded me of fucking like fucking loogie. Like somebody went.
It looked like a.
I mean,
I eat fried oysters.
There's a saying.
Don't make any excuses, Anthony. Not everybody can be pure New Orleans. It's good.
I'm Italian. I'm Italian. I'm Italian and Cajun. I'm Italian. So, you know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Fuck, man.
What's
fucking
up,
love
Blue?
oysters, though.
There,
Hey.
I was
welcome back, Blue.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh shit, Blue. Oh, my bad.
Hey.
Blues bag. He's come back to
Okay,
set
I got an off the boat story, but I'm not into seafood. I'm sorry, guys. Please don't lynch me.
That's okay. Like I am like that is the only. I would be a vegetarian if I wasn't like a seafood guy. Like that's the only like meat that I'll eat. I'm a pescatarian.
I eat
So
everything.
if we're going out someplace, I need to go someplace
Eating
where I
vagina.
can get some fish.
Speaking of
And-
dolphins, I mean,
Nice.
an island, like the cook, when I used to work offshore, my brother was with me, right? He worked on the same boat. And he came to me, he goes, you know that dude that's cooking? I was like, yeah. He goes, where he's from, they eat dolphins. I was like,
The
they eat
fin or
dolphins.
the dolphin? The
He
fin?
goes, no, he
That's
thought they
gnarly.
actually ate dolphins. I'm like, what are you talking about? He eats dolphins. He was like, yeah, he eats dolphins. I was like, you sure he's not talking about dolphin fish? Because that's a completely a different type of dolphin.
Yeah.
Probably mine.
yeah, the
You gotta be a
mahi.
heartless motherfucker if you're eating dolphins, man.
It turned out it was dolphin
if you
fish.
come
My
from a
brother was
fucking
an idiot.
island somewhere,
That's
and you're
ruthless.
hungry, man. You got to eat what you got to eat.
Well,
No,
what?
it's
So,
true.
Whether
so
that's
one of the
cats, dogs, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know, it just
Yeah.
is one of that motherfucker. What?
this is
It's
the thing
true.
right here. Do y'all like scallops? Real scallops?
Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love
So
'em.
they
Yeah.
so they'll use punched out shark fins and dolphin fins for fucking fake scallops.
Get out of here. You serious?
Yeah, bro, I'm fucking serious. In
That's
Japan,
gnarly.
They'll use stingray too.
yeah. So in Japan, they'll catch a shark, they'll cut the fins off, and throw that son of a bitch right
Straight
back in the.
water.
And
Yeah,
they'll
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
they'll
that's fucking
they'll
horrifying.
punch out fake scallops, and they'll
Japanese
sell it on a
fucking
market as a
whale, bro.
scallop.
They
Wow.
fucking eat whale blubber, bro. Them
Oh,
bitches-
that's
Yeah,
messed up.
dude.
Well, the Inuits eat whale blubber.
Well,
you know?
if you're like what is it? A fucking indigenous
Which
species.
you're an Eskimo.
Like
Like
a-
a
Well, like, yeah, like the
Eskimo.
Inuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my brother was in a whale blubber. Like he dated this really.
I know you.
After I said it, I think about that fucking part from something about Me, Myself, and Irene. And motherfucker said, "Oh, you gonna eat some
That's
whale
a great-
blubber tonight?"
You gotta take a
really.
Well, here's the thing: the Inuits, the people that live like at the top of the world, the
Shark fun.
when you go down a little bit further, then you get to the Eskimos. They're pretty sure that like Native American people aren't exactly indigenous because they came over across like the Bering Strait, I think.
From Mongolia.
Like yeah, when there was a land bridge.
Is a Bering Strait.
And so then that mass of people came down into Alaska, down through Canada, down into the United States, and became Native Americans.
It's extremely more complicated than that, and I will not get into that subject on this show.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I mean,
No, I'm sure,
because
yeah.
because I think that's a theory. They don't know for sure, but how
You got
amazing would
some
that
coming
be?
up?
Gotta get
you
a
got
beer.
some coming
It's
up
like
out of South America as well. You got some kind of mixture of that.
Well, because like
They got records of trade between Africa and South America. I mean, boat trade. There's South American products found in Egypt. Come on, the ancient world was not so isolated.
No, I don't think so. I think when you look at Indians and you look at Eskimos and you look at Mongolians, it's hard to say they don't look alike. They don't.
Yeah.
But they're related. The Dene
yeah,
are
but
related.
yeah.
I want to understand. Like this is a fact, right? Like, no, I'm serious. Like,
Okay, all right.
fucking, what was the queen of Egypt?
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra was closer
right.
to her. She was closer to our age than she was closer to the age of the pyramids. Is that right?
Yeah, you were watching TikTok.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Is that right?
TikTok information. That's what
No,
I.
no, that's not from TikTok.
I watched
That's not from
I
TikTok.
watched the dude on TikTok say the same thing. He ran through a bunch of historical things that'll fuck your head up, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
One of them was that she's closer
Because
to
they
us
said that
than
the Egyptians
pyramids.
never built the pyramids.
Yeah, it was like Oreo was started at the same time the Byzantine Empire still existed. It's crazy shit that when you because there's products that exist today that have existed for a while, and when they first started, there were still empires that still existed and things that we read about in history books that seem so fucking ancient to us.
Mhm.
Then when you realize those things overlap, it just sounds crazy, bro. You know?
All it needs
yeah,
is
There's
like
also
it's not
another
that
theory
long.
too. Like the human
5,000
race has been
years
around
isn't
for
that long.
7,000 generations, 700,000 generations. Is that right? Something like that. And they're saying that within it's not possible for us to advance so far in just one generation. Like we must have did it a bunch of times, and then there was a natural disaster that set it back.
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah,
times.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
but
heard
We
about
achieved
this.
flight. We
Yeah.
achieved electricity.
Yeah, things
Yeah.
like lost information at Alexandria and all that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
because
the
they
British
said-
Library of Alexandria
You
was
got
like one of the
Atlantis?
greatest losses
Well,
ever.
they said a lot of cities were like
All in
during the
book-
freeze, the oceans were really low, so people built cities like below sea level, and then when the ice caps started melting and shit like that, shit disappeared. Like whole cities.
Like the Bering Strait, that land bridge
Yeah,
disappeared.
everything just went away,
You guys ever
Yeah.
seen those settlements at the bottom of the Black Sea?
Oh,
Yeah.
those are so cool.
Well, the Black Sea.
Oh my
was-
God,
This
I would
is
love to go
so
scuba
totally
diving.
turning into a
No, dog.
I'm
What about fucking aliens?
No, well, we're
bruh?
talking about
I mean,
history and archaeology.
Ancient, out of place.
yeah, well, we're
artifacts.
about to go into ancient history and
on
fucking
ancient alien fucking.
Well,
Let's get
aliens.
this bitch back on track. Ancient alien
Giants.
cock, Brian. Let's fucking talk about some real fucking groundbreaking shit here, bro.
Look, I have a groundbreaking question here. Is the white cover on Evermatter the one with the white background, or are you talking about like a blank sketch cover?
What is it?
I just destroyed the party. That is my talent, is destroying the party.
I'm
talking-
still on the ancient aliens.
I know. The white cover on the on Evermatter. That's just the one with the white background, not a blank sketch cover, right?
That's the one with the white background. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to print that particular cover on this campaign because it's a series. I want to have an incentive for people to back this first campaign and to get this particular book. So that particular cover will only be printed with this campaign.
This
Yeah,
cover
I
that
see
we're
it
looking at
elsewhere.
right now, right?
Yeah. If I see it elsewhere, it's aliens, right?
Say again. I'm sorry.
If I see it, the timing didn't work. If I see it elsewhere, it's aliens, right? So-
Yeah,
Yeah, aliens.
It's aliens. Yeah. Yeah.
that timing just failed.
I mean, like,
Preston, did you do any cards for this one?
Any call? I haven't yet. I'm gonna
If
do a
you
call.
want, I mean, yeah, Jared, if you want, I'll throw you one too, bro. Sketch card or whatever I can do to help you out, man. Let me know.
oh man, that would be
No,
amazing.
that's actually a good idea. Maybe we can all come together and get some
Yeah,
sketch cards
yeah,
for
just
Jerry
throw
to get his
something
book.
Well, I'm a
out.
writer,
Yep.
so I can't do. I can do sketch cards, but they're gonna be like stick figures.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Jerry. Here's the thing. You are now part of a community, right?
One of
Yeah.
us.
When
One
we
of
s-
us. One of us.
Us, Google gobble,
One of
Google
us,
gobble, one of us, one of us, Google gobble, Google gobble. We accept you, one of us. Yeah. We are not gatekeepers. We are gate openers. If we take a look at your project and it looks like it's fire, and yours does look like it's fire,
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
we will because all of us are learning as we're going along, and so we learn from each other in terms, not just from our successes but also from our failures and all that stuff, and then we can just get you introduced just so people know who you are, because that's the thing that you need for this campaign right now.
Also, Jerry,
you need
just so that you know,
exposure.
none of us are monogamous. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're,
Nope. I mean,
And just
Speak for yourself.
and
Be
Brian loves the cock. He loves
be
the
careful
cock.
with Brian. He's just
No.
giving you code. He wants to open your gate and check out your projects. You might.
your Comicsgate prostate.
Oh God! But yeah, I mean, there are really good people here. I've met so many awesome people that are, it's like you're both interested in comics. You get involved with you get to know artists and shit, and then you become friends with those people, and it just it's this big blob now you will be assimilated into it.
I hear you. I've met a lot of good people, man. A lot of people's been backing me up and giving me some airtime on their streams. Shay from Red Zombie. I mean Red Valkyrie.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I don't know where I got Red Zombie.
She's awesome. She made herself invisible for Vaughn Klaus.
I don't know what that means.
In Monster MD, there's the character Gabby, I think her name is
Heidi, because she's hiding.
Right? Yes. Yeah.
She's not visible.
Like Mr. Hyde. Yeah. No, I get it. But Shay is basically a character who's an invisible woman, but you can tell from where she has her bandages and her clothes that she's smoking hot. Right, and like the body is just like awesome, and Shay actually made herself like invisible for that. Like I think put on like green makeup and like a green screen and everything, so it looked like there were just like bandages and gloves moving around.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
See,
she
Ryan,
did.
You are appreciated.
That's what I'm saying.
She actually, she's redheaded, so I thought she would do the Kira character, like on the cover, the one that's on the cover. But no, she went full on and did the other character, like the other bad guy. The other one, her whose name shall not be mentioned. At the the Raven chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So-
yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
told
like
her.
that one.
So
That's
you
bad.
totally my expectations was that you would just go the easy route, do the redhead, but she went all out, did the
Yeah, she always
She-
goes all out.
She does.
She's really great. Mandy also is good people. There's the graded point 5 peeps. I know there's a little stuff going on there. I don't know what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about. That's the thing too. Is
I heard that they
we're like-
fucking hate you.
we're
Brian?
anti
Brian?
drama.
Come on, man. How could you fucking hate Brian?
son of a bitch.
I tell everybody, just try
I'll
to
show you.
contact Bancroft. See if he can
Who's
squeeze you
fighting?
in.
Oh, that'd be
He's
awesome.
in the background.
Bankrupt's good people.
Preston, I got something to show you.
It's not a dick.
And it's not a dick.
Oh, fuck that.
Check that out, sucker. Check
Looks like a dick.
that
check it out.
out.
That's awesome. No way. That's a
This is
hammer
the
Dracula.
that's the very first Christopher Lee Dracula action figure.
It actually resembles Christopher a little bit too. That's cool.
No, yeah, the sculpt is not bad.
I thought it looked like Count Dooku.
How dare you, Anthony? How dare you? Yeah, yeah,
That's badass, dude.
he hasn't come out of his box yet, but I'm not leaving him in there. You know, I don't respect people that buy toys and then don't bust them out to put them on like their desk or their table or whatever.
Bust them out.
You gotta bust them out.
My internet's acting up. I'm gonna try to dip out and come back in.
Rock and roll, Jerry.
All
All right, I'll be right. I'll be
You
right back.
bastard.
So what I noticed about Jerry is every time he comes on, he's at a fucking motel.
I know.
Is he in the motel?
It looks
I
like
thought-
every
I thought
time.
that was his house.
But that is house.
Shady.
Time.
Shady.
He even had it. He had his
Look like
hotel
a
garden.
That's some dubious shit, man.
Well,
This
let's
is
put it
that
this
10
way.
minute of shit talking we get when somebody leaves.
Well, let's put it this way.
It's tradition.
He needs this campaign to succeed because hookers are expensive.
Especially with those
It's a
fucking
good
hotels.
looking book, man. It really is, and I mean,
It
it's weird.
does
And
look
I haven't even seen it on the blip, man.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
Tompa, the dude, comics for everyone. I hadn't seen him do it, and usually he's
Right.
on the ball with all kind of shit.
Oh,
man.
Well,
dude,
there's there's a few people that launch campaigns and they just never told me, but like they just expected it to do
Yeah,
that. And
man.
I'm like, that's not how you do it. You don't
Right,
do
right.
that. You gotta make a big deal of the launch. You gotta make a big deal of while it's going on, and you have to make a huge deal when
have to
it
make it an
starts, when
event.
it's about to end.
do.
You know?
An event.
Yeah.
That's
I was telling somebody a couple weeks ago. He says, "Oh, I'm just going to drop this thing out, by the end of the week, whatever, blah blah blah." In one of our chats, and I just told him, "No, you have to announce your launch date like at least 2 weeks before you launch. And so I
year.
told him, if you don't do it, I'm going to start doing it for you, which he later referred to as mildly threatening. And so I did it. I just said, I said, I'm going to start a rumor. And I just said, I put it out there. Hey, I've heard this is launching real soon. And so he finally said, here's my date, and it's get it out there.
Why is he so feminine?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
If this person thought I was mildly threatening, I probably underestimated him.
That's awesome. People in this
Jerry, we want to know, Jerry,
community help each other out.
Are you in a hotel, Jerry?
Yes, I am.
No,
It's all these linemen are staying here. They've been away from the house for
what?
Jerry,
they've been away from the house for a week. And
Jerry, you just between me and you, like, are you and your lady having some problems? I mean, it's completely private. You just talk to us.
You can tell me, man. Do I look trustworthy? You can trust me.
I've dealt with dudes trying to move in on my old lady before, so no, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Hello, my name is Jake.
We're not having trouble, Preston.
Your wife's favorite boyfriend.
Oh man. Everybody here is pretty much a shady character except for Blue. But
what it is, these guys that are staying here have been away from the house for a week, and they're all on like Pornhub or X videos or something like that.
Oh, so the internet's running like super slow.
Yeah, the internet is slow.
It is a Friday. Fuck, bro.
Like molasses in January. Just so you know, of course, Preston recently wed. Once again, congratulations, sir.
That was months ago, dude. That was last
No, I know, but still.
Last year?
Yeah.
He's like, it's been 2 long months.
Did your lady appreciated the present that I sent?
Oh yeah, she's been reading it. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Already,
That
of
was
course, I'm a guy. I know everything, so it's.
I know, right?
I know.
I'm telling you, you get the lights real low. You put on the candles. You put on the Barry White. You get the aroma.
What year are we in?
And then you fill up the fucking big black cock dildo that Brian sent you. I got something for your ass tonight.
All right. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be Barry White. It doesn't have to be Barry White.
Well, it goes along with the black
Marvin Gaye.
It's crazy because superheroes are so relevant nowadays with movies and television and all that kind of stuff. And it's like the porno industry got in on it too. Like they have the Hulk dildo.
Oh man, those parodies. Shit, those are
those are legit.
I'm not even talking about the
fucking
parodies.
Captain Marvel
about
parody was better than the actual movie, bro.
Did you see the Batman? Did you see the Batman?
Toys. No, I was talking about the actual.
Yeah, dude, they got like the Hulk toy. They got the fucking Batman, Spider-Man, and all this kind of stuff.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up.
Now, when you were a kid and you were reading comics, if somebody had told you like, oh, that's going to be a thing, that's going to happen, you would have told them that they were high.
Well, what if you're a kid now? Blue. What if you're a kid now, like right in this modern age, and you're a comic fan? No, listen to me.
Come on, you're a kid now and you're a comic fan. You done fucking seen bitches digging up the ass.
No. Well, listen to me. If you're a comic fan and you stumble upon your mother's toy that says the Hulk.
I'd be like, go ahead, Mama.
That's a little weird, but
you in the comics too, man. Shit.
Of the Spider-Man, and it's got webs with the little Spider-Man logo in the middle of it.
What does the matter with this mom?
Honestly,
it shoots out a web. Like it shoots out a web.
Honest to God,
I got a title already, man.
I love toys, and for me, the hardest part of a breakup is having to throw all my toys out. Because it's just like, because you don't want to
mean to laugh at that.
That would be nasty.
At Eddie Winkler.
Because that would be nasty to
I got to get Eddie in here.
Reuse that shit. I don't think this was the dildo market. A vibrator market.
I think Made in Hell has one of those superhero action toys.
Put it up. Hide it well.
Just please tell us you don't use the dishwasher for that, please.
Oh yeah,
No.
like the glass ones you could put in the dishwasher.
Blue, you
what I
can't
wanted
use
to
the
know.
dishwasher
God
with those because it ruins the rubber.
Pardon my ignorance.
Oh fuck!
You got to hand wash them, Blue. You got to hand wash 'em.
Everything's always a hand job. All right.
Oh
Shit.
fuck me!
That's asking us an expert, Jerry.
Don't.
Jerry's like, motherfucker, I came on here to talk about
Well,
my book. Fucking black dildos, man.
If you use Dawn, it cuts grease. So
Hey, I don't give a fuck if I had a girlfriend right now, I'd bust out the toys and show them
I'm
to
gonna
you.
take my headphones out.
he's like an assassin. He's got his little pouch and he like rolls it open on the bed and he's got like all his weapons.
Yeah, assassin's kit, but it's like fucking
I'm
bag
not that
I'm about to
kinky. I'm not
murder
that
that
kinky.
pussy, girl. Watch
of
out.
blanket of dildos.
I'm just a
Color
little
preferences.
He's got an ammo belt full of lube and a utility belt full of everything you need.
Just relax.
We're not going to be able to use the 2-stroke because I'm out of mixed oil.
Ooh.
Didn't they ban sex toys in certain places in the South? Didn't they make them illegal? Yeah, they made them.
I know
this
this
was
for
like,
a fact. Like
Yeah,
Not in New
recently,
Orleans, they did.
within
There were
the
like 4.
last 2 years, they had to overturn a law that said that women can't possess more than one dildo. Otherwise, it's considered distribution.
Where
I'm
at?
not
Not in
lying.
New Orleans. Not in
I'm
New
dead
Orleans.
serious because some chick got
Yeah,
busted
yeah.
with this. She got busted.
So
and
do you?
yeah.
she had more than
does,
one dildo because she was selling sex. Like she was having fun parties and stuff like that.
Yeah. There
Yeah,
was
but
like
where the fuck was
Tupperware
this?
parties, but like
Yeah,
for
Tupperware.
dildos and vibrators.
And she had those, and she was like, "Well, they're not mine. They're I work for a company."
Clearly,
And
they
were
never
"We gotta
watched
go to
French
jail. Like you
movies,
got to go
bro."
to jail, and we got to take all your shit."
And then they actually like posed, I think, with all like the vibrators and French ticklers and shit, and we're like, yeah,
Like
like
it was drugs. Like, hey, bro, look what
like,
we did.
Look
we
at
got
my
these dangerous
kilo.
dildos off the
Boy, like,
street.
check us out, boy. You got it, motherfucker. Crazy, bro.
So sorry to interrupt.
I
you,
have
Dustin,
nothing.
but-
I have nothing.
Oh my god, that shit was
I
funny.
don't want to know. Don't go past that, Brian.
I'm about to be like, hold on, brother. Let me
I gotta go to my closet,
I can mail you, dog. I got you covered, bro.
Now I don't
You have to
know.
clean them with your own hands, though. But I'm gonna
how
send you to you.
insecure? How insecure are motherfuckers when they're just like, man, like I don't want that like vibrator to like take my woman from me.
You ever seen the size of some of them motherfuckers? Hold on, bro. Let's get
Oh,
real.
dude, sometimes they're
some of those
small.
things will ruin
Hey,
your
I ain't
woman.
small,
Sometimes
bro,
they're
but hey,
small.
bro, I seen some fucking arms, son. That motherfucker look
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yes,
girl,
yeah.
you ain't look.
But they also have little
You
ones like
fucking break
the
yourself
pocket
in on
rocket.
that. You fucked with
like
me.
an
He
elbow.
can't do nothing for you.
Now,
The pocket
Now,
rocket.
now, Anthony, they
No,
do
I ain't
have.
talking about like that. I'm talking about them big old fucking look. Motherfucker looking like a goddamn fucking wand on fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
why
not
those
you,
exist?
not you, right?
Yeah, but you know why those exist? Guys buy those things for their girlfriends, and then their girlfriends never use them.
Now, Anthony, they do have
You
they do
fucking
have two
stupid.
things to help you out. Look, they have the double dong, just in case you want to join in on the fun. And
The triple ripple butt plug.
then
Always
they
my
also
favorite.
have the penis extender, right? Where you actually slide it onto your penis, and it's got a little hook to go in your butthole, so it doesn't slip.
Gotcha.
What the fuck?
And then
Is that real?
Yeah,
Tell
and
you
then
what,
it
this
stimulates
sounds-
your
this man's over
prostate
there speaking
gland.
from fucking experience. And shit. Let me tell you about them now. Listen, you'll feel
it's-
weird at first, but then once you do it a couple times, you're gonna get into it. I promise. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take a hard pass.
So Louisiana is known to be French, and we all know about the French.
What I tell you about being an Italian, bro? I'm an Italian kid. Mm-mm.
Oh Christ!
Uh,
Oh man!
My face literally hurts like right here.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be doing that, bro. That's terrible, man. He's like, look, I'm like, no, man, no. That's like when you eat a banana. There's only one way to eat a banana. You got to break it and put it in your mouth. Don't ever put the motherfucker. You can't eat bananas like that. I had to teach my 12-year-old. I'm like, look, let me show you how to eat a fucking banana, motherfucker. Don't ever fucking put it in your mouth like this. Break it and then do it like this.
Can you imagine if you caught your son eating a banana? What are you doing?
I'd be like, son, I don't judge.
I judge. I'll slap that motherfucker right. What's wrong with you? Fuck.
And in 15 years, when I'm hosting the Emmys, I'm not going to apologize.
Oh man, I'm turning beet red.
Seriously, my face hurts.
Like I have a banana.
Like I said, like I always say,
talking to ourselves.
What are you doing? Don't eat a banana like that. You're supposed to chew, bitch. Chew.
No,
not roll your tongue around the end, like
what the fuck?
You started on him eating hot dogs. I'm like, oh, that motherfucker in a bun, goddamn it!
You do not suck on a hot dog.
We just saw him eat. Oh, never mind.
Oh shit! Oh,
you think that thing is a popsicle?
Exactly, man. Fuck.
Hey, comics with Drew. Welcome to the dick jokes.
You know it's crazy.
Up?
In Louisiana, we have a thing about pinching head and sucking tail. Pinching the tail and sucking head.
What? Say it again. Say it again.
Pinch the tail.
Yeah.
Suck the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the crawdads. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for crawfish.
crawfish.
A lot of people take that the wrong way.
Well, it sounds bad.
Oh man, I love crawdaddies, man. Oh, they're so good.
I never call them that, but I like crawdads.
Yeah, I like them too.
Crawfish, I think that's the name.
Crawfish, mudbug, but usually just crawfish. I don't know. That's what
Yeah.
I got to be honest, like these real dolls.
What the fuck?
They're
Oh,
coming. They've come pretty far with
Did
this.
you order
What
one?
Oh, it's
You talking about them fucking sex dolls?
You got
Yeah.
that $12,000?
No, I'm not talking about
model?
the cheap ones. I'm talking about the really expensive.
No, really.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The
I have to
moment
smoke
they
a
get
bowl,
those
isn't too much.
motherfuckers to somewhat be
Bowl time.
automated and shit, women are fucking extinct, son. They'll be like, fuck you, man.
They're
I'm
already
about
freaking
to
out.
program this. I'm about to program this fucking bitch to do what the fuck I want and shut the fuck up when I want her to shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, man.
A mute button. A mute button.
Oh,
Right?
you got
Look, I put it in Sean Connery mode. When that motherfucker talks shit, I can punch it and shit and she'll stop talking. Fuck, man. And look, she ain't gonna call the police on me.
When we get to that point, they're gonna make like you have to get married at 18, like federal law. You know, force men to marry women. At that point.
Women are the thing is we were joking before about these like insecure guys that are freaking out over like women and their dildos. Basically, these robots will be sex toys. And women are already freaking out. There's already like plenty of articles, women like freaking out, like, oh shit, they're gonna fucking replace us. They're not gonna need us anymore.
There was some dude, I think he was in the UK. He married a big like mannequin.
Yes.
No, I've seen that. Yeah. That dude's
my
fucked up,
gosh.
though. That's fucking crazy.
Oh.
Well, you just send a picture to these guys, they'll make your doll look however you want it to look.
Yeah, but pretty soon they're going to have intelligent AI, and that AI is going to be like half. She's going to want half of everything.
That's when you fuck. When it becomes AI, then you fuck. Because then the motherfucker's going to be like, hey, bitch, guess what? I'll fucking kill your motherfucking ass. How about that? You remember
You ever
Lorraine?
heard of Skynet?
I'll fucking cut your cock off. And he's like, fuck, man. Let me get the
I got
dumb
an uncle in Skynet. Yeah.
I want you to call me Supreme Master. Supreme Master, you're out of money.
Yeah, you got to figure out something.
That is scary, though, dude.
But y'all throw some water on your ass, motherfucker.
Oh fuck!
You know what? For WandaVision, that's a good topic. Actually, I can't bring myself to watch it. I just can't. I can't do it. I don't know. It's weird. And, I mean, that's not the bad part. Has
The
anybody
first 3
here seen it?
episodes. Yeah.
I watched it.
The
You all the way
first 3
caught up,
episodes.
Ryan?
Yeah,
You all the way
I
caught
haven't up to episode 6.
Okay.
Here's the thing. For the first 3 episodes, you're hoping that you're going to get these Charlie Kaufman, David Lynch-esque creepy moments, right? Where suddenly you realize like these people are like trapped in a hell that Wanda Maximoff has created.
I kind of get that a little bit, you know,
Right?
because
A little, but not enough, right? And so after the 3rd episode, I was like, I'm done. And then a friend of mine's actually like I think it was like Sim or some other folks were like, oh yeah, but here's the thing: watch the 4th episode. Once you've watched the 4th episode, then you're gonna be like, okay, then it gets on point.
You see,
What
but
are we
that's the
watching?
same thing with what was it? It was that Heroes for Hire movie. I mean, television series.
The Hero Show.
No, it was on Netflix. It was fucking.
Oh, they never did a Heroes for Hire. But are you talking about the Defenders?
No, it was fuck, dude. It was about that chick, Power Man's old lady,
Jessica Jones?
Jessica Jones. Right?
Yeah,
I tried so hard to get into that shit.
Never
but it
seen
was
it.
just-
Oh,
I
Luke
couldn't
Cage.
do it, dude. Like it
The
took
first
me.
season I thought was good.
I only
you
got.
talking about Luke? You talking about Luke Cage?
The
Yeah,
Purple
Luke
Man.
Cage. Like it took
Yeah,
me
man.
5
His special
episodes
power.
before I
His
decided
special
I couldn't do
power
it.
was being a black guy, and every scene he walked into, a fucking rap video played.
Well, Jessica Jones. What
Wow.
lost me on that was
The sex scenes,
It was
the gratuitous sex.
all it was it was like Skinamax, dude. That's
It was
all
bullshit.
it was.
I'm telling you though.
Occasionally they had some story in there, you know.
Oh,
They're
dude,
supposed
the
to show that shit.
Purple Man in that is
Yeah,
fucking
no,
amazing.
he was awesome, and I thought they should have had like more of that instead of having her banging every twice an episode. You know what I'm saying?
That's another one. It gets better as it goes along. It's one of those things.
Well,
like
Bendis did the books, right? Bendis did the books,
yes,
right?
Bendis did the book, and it was called Alias.
Yeah,
but they couldn't
Alias
call the
was good.
TV show Alias because there was another TV show called Alias.
Yes, that is correct.
This
But
guy's
the,
saying, Comics with Drew says that Vision is the ultimate sex toy.
Yeah,
True.
I
So
would think.
True,
Yeah,
he's got a fucking vibranium cock like this.
he wants a purple vibranium kumquat. What is that?
he
Wasn't
literally lays
Vision-
pipe.
Eggplant. That's
Was it
what he
Vision built by Ultron?
No, the Vision
Which one?
was
In the movies
in the
or in the
movie.
comics?
wants
Oh.
in the movies.
I think
The
In
vi-
the movies, Ultron built him. In the
Hank-
comics, Hank
Hank
Pym
Pym.
fucking
Hank
built.
Pym.
He built. Well,
Yeah, I hate that
Well,
they
wasn't
made
he-
Hank Pym a fucking retard.
he was the original. He was the original
I know.
Human
I've seen that.
Torch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was it
Was
was the
he?
body
Yeah,
it was
that's
the
from the
body of the
comics,
original because the Human Torch not
no, he was an android.
the
I
FF
remember.
guy
It was a
was a
Mandroid, whatever
robot.
the fuck it was. Yeah.
yeah, and it was, and they didn't intentionally create it to be like this like burning man, right?
Well,
It's just like something went wrong when the synthetic skin was exposed to oxygen, and boom, he became the Human Torch. And the Vision was created from his body.
I don't know. She got brown eyes and dark hair. Anybody
Well,
with brown
My
eyes.
point
and dark
is
hair.
why would Ultron include a cock? You know what I'm saying? Why would Ultron include a cock with the Vision?
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean the Vision can't
The
like he's
movies
a
are-
machine. He's a machine. He can upgrade, right?
I guess. I don't know. It's just
Because he wanted,
And seriously.
he wanted to fuck Wanda. Fuck, that motherfucker was like.
and then in the comic they actually have kids together. You know what I'm saying? Like
Who?
that-
Oh, that in that
Well-
miniseries. Yes, that was very
Who
good,
the-
actually.
who?
I'm talking
Wanda?
about back in the day, like in the 90s, they had kids.
Yeah, but
too.
that's what I'm saying. They saying, and I had to watch all kind of backstory and all this shit because that's the fun part is to watch the show and then watch the interpretations of it because they come.
Yes.
Interpretations are fucking wild. Like it might fuck you up, but some of it's good. But they're saying
We talking about WandaVision?
Yeah, but what I'm talking about both WandaVision and the comic, and what they're saying is no, Vision was he's an android. That's what they're like. He's a fucking android. No, he can't fucking impregnate her. But basically, it's 2 shards of Mephisto's soul. Agnes Harkness played a part in it, and all of this kind of shit. And the kids were
And Nightmare. And
yeah,
Nightmare.
it was some shit. Wanda
Yeah.
Wanda wound up taking the essence of
I hope they
Agnes
do the
Harkness
puppet
and
thing.
Well, I watched 7, and when you watch 7, it's kind of I don't know. We'll see.
They're giving it. So,
I'm not
what I
gonna
noticed.
ruin it for you, Brian. I watched
Well,
7.
yeah, what I noticed is
That's all good, brother. Thanks. I appreciate that.
So Agnes again mentioned her husband Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second time. So that her husband has to be Nightmare. Has to be. Who else is it going to be?
Right, because she was a witch in the comic books, right?
She's old.
Well, she is. She's an
Yeah,
old,
I know.
old ancient. She's ancient.
I remember her.
Is what it is. She's ancient, but
I bet you when they come out of the hex, she'll be old as fuck.
I don't know what the deal is. You got to watch the set one. You got to watch episode 7 because episode 7.
I'll be honest.
I really enjoyed the like I said, the first 3. I was like, yeah, this isn't moving anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. And then like the last couple ones were
they dropped fucking Pietro. They dropped your boy from fucking
yes
and shit, which is fucking which is like
awesome.
You hope that it fucking
worked.
turns into something because everybody's like. They're going to introduce something out of this. Something's got to come out of this. Either
Dr. Strange,
X-Men. Something's got to come out of this.
Well, Monica Rambeau, she turned into a mutant. As soon as she crossed through, she's a mutant.
That starts to definitely come into play in it.
Sorry, guys. Spoiler.
It comes into play in this next episode. But it's like, that's. The coolest thing that I heard is that basically, and again, you hear some cool theories, but then when they don't materialize, you kind of get pissed off. But it's like they're talking about how with the Monica Rambeau thing that there's this thing that happens where you have everybody who comes in contact with the theory is that everyone who comes in contact with the stones, it alters their DNA, kind of like with Monica Rambeau. So everybody who got snapped. Everybody who got snapped came in contact with the stones. So when they go back, what they're saying is that it's already there though.
They're mutant.
So this is what's kind of cool is they say it starts out as the hex gene and becomes the X gene. So it's like, well, that's a fucking cool theory. And if it doesn't turn out to be that way, you're gonna be like, well, fuck, man, why y'all didn't do that?
Honestly, that sounds fucking retarded.
The X gene or the X gene?
Yeah, I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that idea either.
It sounds like they're trying to fix this shit immediately. Like we fucked up. Let's go.
I don't see it like that. But what were you gonna say? With your theory,
from what I understand, like what they're doing right now is they're making it so that everything from like early 2000s to the 70s didn't exist, right? Like they're trying to make the Marvel universe exactly like the oh shit, I ain't got enough room. Like they're trying to make it exactly like the MCU, and that's crazy.
So IMO, in my opinion, Kevin Feige, he said many times that he's creating his own version. The MCU is his own version, how he sees it with his team of executive producers.
Yeah, and based on Mark Millar's The Ultimates.
Well,
he never gets credit for that, but he wrote the blueprint for the MCU.
They're doing the Jack Kirby stuff. So what they're doing?
They're not.
So Rambeau. Well, I mean, in terms of like Rambeau's not going to be Captain Marvel. She's going to be that plasma bitch.
Oh, I hope she becomes Captain Marvel, so we don't have to see Larson.
So I think I'm not going to speculate on that. She's not going to be Captain Marvel. She's going to be that whatever that other character was that
I know who you're talking about.
She was energy ridden, like so. She'll turn into pure energy, like the blue.
Well, she used to be Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel could do all that. Captain Marvel used to be able to do all that. The first time I ever seen Captain Marvel was in fucking Avengers versus X-Men. Mark Silvestri fucking did it.
Yeah.
And you had fucking but my whole when I came into comics, she was running the Avengers. You had the West Coast Avengers. She was running the fucking Avengers. Exactly. She had the ability to turn.
But she was always Captain Marvel. It wasn't
always Captain
recently
Marvel.
that they changed her name.
Captain Marvel. And what if Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel?
Exactly.
You remember
she made a good Miss Marvel. I thought she
in episode 2 or 3, one of the characters brought up Carol Danvers, and she had this like anger in her face, and so they're already setting up the animosity. And I honest to God, wouldn't be surprised if they added Rogue later on, and Rogue takes Carol's
that's what
powers.
I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm not going to stick around that long. I'm not sticking around
I'm
for
about
any
to
of
say,
that.
bro. I don't know.
I'm saying,
I don't
like,
think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think the way things are going. I don't think they're gonna do shit like that. That shit is too. That shit is too much. And not
here's the
because it's
thing.
not good. Because I think that they're not gonna take women characters and have them kill each other. I just not good guy or good guy.
Not right now.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
fucking do that shit. I don't.
well,
think
right now, isn't there like a bunch of people like putting together a bunch of cash to buy the print rights to Marvel characters?
Nobody,
all of the
and with DC too.
Marvel Universe?
I know DC.
Is it Marvel or is it
DC
DC?
is ready to get
It's
is ready
DC.
to like.
You're talking about DC. DC
Yeah.
basically they saying DC's gonna fucking sell. You got
Yeah,
two
they're going to
runners.
outsource.
You got basically two cats in a running. You got the guy who owns Diamond and Kirkman. Those are
Well,
the two cats that are in the fucking running to school.
Let me
Well,
But
they're
hear
putting their
somebody
cash
is gonna
together,
buy
right?
it.
It's going to be $300 million, and they're not going to take any of the movie rights. All they're going to handle is
just
comics.
comics,
That's it.
just
Just
comics.
Mhm.
That would be
Just come.
awesome. That would
Dude,
be
it would be-
awesome.
It would be
They're gonna do
if they
Shit.
rebooted it and they
Holy
breaking-
shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And
They're going to do it.
fucking
They're going to
clean
start.
Renaissance.
So
We could
production
actually
companies.
have a renaissance.
Well,
if
if they
that
clean
happens.
house, they got to get rid
Well, I
of
think
all
Yeah.
the
that.
Renaissance
Just joke.
started.
That's what you hope.
Oh yeah, that goes without
with you
saying.
guys, for
Yeah,
sure.
and bring in all the heavy hitters, because all the heavy hitters will when you tell them like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a ton of creative freedom, they're gonna go.
Well, from what I
really
understand,
fucking
Rob
fast.
Liefeld's in there too. Like,
Yeah.
he's one of the buyers.
And
Right.
Rob
Yeah.
Liefeld starting his YouTube channel.
I think he is, but Rob,
Yeah.
Rob's fucking loaded.
He-
dude.
Rob is
Right?
fucking, that
He
motherfucker
has to
Rob
be.
looks like he
Yeah.
hits fucking coke.
Well, he got his dental.
goes on stream. Like this motherfucker goes like this. Okay, guys, guess what I got? You're like, motherfucker. I'm
And
like,
right
do
how
next
that.
old are
I
you?
do that,
How
too.
old are you, bro? You older than me. My kids don't even have that much fucking energy.
Yo,
bro.
right next to him is Todd McFarlane, and he's fucking rubbing his goddamn leg and his goddamn thigh, and that like in that one interview.
Dude, that would be cool if Todd and Rob were part of that, because neither one of those motherfuckers are going to play around. You know, they're
No.
not going to play this.
I think Todd is
Here's
more
the thing
interested
about
in his
Liefeld.
movies.
Fucking cool.
Here's the thing
Is
about Liefeld.
Is it
He's somebody
Cable Liefeld's?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well,
I think so.
He created
Marvel's, but
No,
he has
that would
TV
be Marvel's. That would have
Yeah,
to
it's
be
Marvel's.
No, he owns. He
He
doesn't own
has-
cable, but he
I know-
does get percentage. He doesn't
Yeah,
get a
there's a
percent.
language.
He don't own
Like,
Deadpool
royalty?
either, though. He don't own Deadpool
Yeah,
either.
he has language.
No, but he gets
too.
royalty
That's
for.
why they fucking jump ship on motherfucking on
Because
Marvel.
I know the whole strife thing was totally Liefeld's plot, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, does he own cable or not? That's all.
But I
Or,
don't
know, but-
under Marvel.
He created all of that shit while he was working for Marvel. It's the same thing with Venom.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he gets royalties. Off
he
the
make
character.
it royalties, but he can't.
So my
just
point
create
is, we
characters.
know what's paying for the cocaine. That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, no, that's
Deadpool's
what I'm
paying
saying.
for that
Like, that's where
cocaine. I'm telling you.
that's
Do you
where
know
the-
what he owns? Do you know what he owns? Fucking Liefeld. He
What does he own?
owns.
he
check
doesn't
this,
own the
dildo.
young one. I can tell you
Check
that
this
right
out.
now.
You see this,
Oh, he owns the
Right?
original. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He owns the original. He owns the one that Schwarzenegger wielded in Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer.
But it was fiberglass.
That's fucking badass. No, they were real swords.
They weren't. They were fiberglass.
No,
They-
dude.
That's
The
how that
making of that
broke.
movie is legendary. They were actually using live steel in some of those scenes. Like,
The
it's a
riddle
miracle
of
nobody got
steel.
killed.
Live. It's
The
live.
riddle of steel.
Do you clean that in the dishwasher?
boy. No.
Yeah,
I-
right
he
next-
hand-
right next
He
to the
hand
sex toy.
cleans it, brother. He hand cleans
I
that.
hand
motherfucker.
I do. Yeah. I use. I oil my swords
He
like
uses Brasso.
pretty frequently. No, I actually got some shit right here. This is the shit right here.
Brasso?
Super premium polishing paste.
Oh, that's great.
That's the shit. This and really you don't need like
You
anything.
want to get them helmets
fancy.
shiny? Let me show you this polishing paste right here, boy.
Hey man, it gets humid in the summer in New York, brother.
Oh god! Oh, it's just getting deeper and deeper.
No
I'm
way.
trying so hard not to say.
Oh.
No, before I forget.
They had to check out.
Before I forget, Preston, the two movies on Shudder that your lady I think will like are Spring and I forget what the new one
Did you see
is.
Last Train to Busan?
Yes.
Dude, that was
Excellent.
awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like the sequel too. I think
the sequel.
Yeah. It's called it's called Peninsula.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah. It's
Jerry
not
says he's never
as
going to watch the movie just based on the title.
No. Last Train to Busan is actually a
I'm looking at
Japanese
Jerry's
flick.
face like, man,
yeah, it's a Korean zombie movie.
Yeah.
The Korean cinema
Koreans
right now
sick, dude. They're
are
sick
fucking
motherfuckers, dude.
killing it. They're killing it, man. That TV series Kingdom, that was
Dude.
fucking awesome. They're killing it. They're like Chinese cinema right now is dead.
Look,
Anthony,
Anthony, do yourself a favor.
Korea's killing
TV, man.
I know, right? I
God
only get an hour or so at night to go and watch TV, but I'm telling you, if you watch anything, watch The Kingdom or Last Train to Busan. Dude,
Yes.
Either one of those is a home run.
Yeah.
Jerry,
Korean cinema's the shit right now.
Yeah, they make some sick zombie shit, dude.
And really good John Woo style crime dramas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like martial arts movies, gun fu. There's a movie called The Man from Nowhere that's really good. They're just.
I wish they had more stuff dubbed.
Amazing.
You know, they just don't have enough stuff dubbed.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I like to watch. I like to watch it with subs if I can. But if like I have a friend who reads all day. And he's just like, I want to watch the dubbed version because I'm sick of reading. He's like a lawyer, so he just doesn't have any time for any recreational.
Well, I like it when they do the dub version, but the dub version doesn't match up with the subs at all.
It's like the old like Kung Fu Theater.
No, you got to fucking anytime you get fucking anything like that, you really need to fucking have the fucking the subtitles, because the subtitles they just. I find this when watching any type of Japanese like fucking anime or anything like this. If you listen to the fucking the dubbed version, if you run the subtitles, it's like that's not what the fuck he just fucking said. You know what I mean? It's like in a generalized way, but the Japanese version, like it's like, and then they just sound fucking. They sound fucking cooler in Japanese, like, and they're like, hey, I've got to get that guy. And you're like, you just don't sound as badass as your fucking Japanese counterpart.
That's it. Yeah. Anthony's canceled. That racist fuck.
And it puts you in that world. It does. Right? That's the thing why, like, these days, oh my God, Shaw Brothers, they're releasing all of their great movies. Oh, dude, what did you just do? What did you just do, J Money?
He's getting his nipples ready.
His nipples erect. Well, I'll tell you something that'll get your nipples erect. Fucking the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu movies on Blu-ray are fucking amazing. They don't have a spot of print damage. They're pristine.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Yeah.
And I tell you, man, at my local Alamo theater, they were running a bunch of them. Got to see like the One-Armed Swordsman, the fucking 5 Deadly Venoms, 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Oh, magnificent! Those movies are.
Well, I can tell you something else that'll get your nipples hard. Check out Evermatter.
Hey, refresh it.
Definitely.
Did you get a backer, bro?
Yes.
You back?
Booyah!
Oh shit!
Hey, what did they get? No, don't answer. I'm kidding.
And Jerry, I'm assuming somebody already told you this, but you set your goal a little too high. But that doesn't mean that that you can't still get there.
I think I did set it just a little bit too high.
What's it?
We can help you get too high. It's okay.
Yeah.
At least it's not like a 10K. Like that was me.
That's what I fucking did.
And I told you, like you're gonna relaunch your campaign, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna do great. But it doesn't matter when that ticker runs out, and like you're gonna feel like you got kicked in the fucking balls really hard, really hard. Boom,
dude. I had to contact Indiegogo, and I was like, look, I know I put FlexiGoal on there, and I put it at 10K for my mail. I was like, can we cancel this campaign, please, like immediately, because I can't produce this book.
and
that was the first Doc Salem campaign. The second Doc Salem campaign went on.
What was the
and
what did
now
they
it's
tell you?
here.
Huh?
What was the outcome? What was the outcome when you contacted Indiegogo? Did they cancel
They
it
said
for
they'll
you?
do it. They said don't do it again because that's why they have stuff in place for that. Stupid. That's
But
you fucking moron. There's like, why would you put $10,000 as a goal and put it at FlexiGoal? Are you that confident?
Oh, cool. You got a line art only book. Like the whole book here is line art, no words. That's cool.
My book would have been just me coloring shit.
It's on,
but check it out now. What is it? A little over a year later.
Also, back Doc Salem on IGG. It's still in demand.
Fuck yes.
The toilet paper tier. You can get it for
Oh, and check this out. Check this out, Preston. See the little post-it notes? Wait. Little post-it notes here? That's because I am writing the script for Blood Hunt Doc Salem. The crossover.
Nice.
And the script for that, I'm telling you that I think this is going to be good. I think people are going to be surprised by how good this is going to be.
Let me answer Comic with Drew's question. I had a bunch of people that were working with me on the book that I didn't really need. I was trying to just reduce the amount of stress it was going to be to produce the book.
Right.
Because I had an inker, I had a colorist. I needed a colorist, but I didn't need an inker or a letterer or somebody to format the book. So I had to trim a lot of that off to reduce the amount of money I needed. But I needed $10,000 to be able to pay everybody and get the book out.
That's right.
And sometimes when you're new, like me, you might have to take a loss. You'll have that book for the rest of your life, but it's kind of
I did, I put more work on myself, and instead of having everybody, that way I didn't have to pay everybody. So $3,000 to $5,000 was good enough for me to get the book out the door and still pay the colors. Yeah,
that's about right. That was my minimum. I think it was maybe 4 to 6. Because I was like you, Preston. I was like, I set it at 10, but I was like, look, realistically, I gotta hit 6 in order to get this book out the door. So I'm gonna make the motherfucker one way.
In my opinion, you have two goals, right? You have the goal that's on Indiegogo to get the book out the door. Then you have your real goal, where you're actually able to make money off of this book and produce another book. Yeah.
Well, can I ask for Anthony and Preston, you guys, because y'all are the artists, what is the feasible number for a writer who has to pay an artist? And
at that point, you're going to need at least
it's going to be higher,
5 to 10,000.
That's what I'm saying. No bullshit, man. Because I mean, it's like, dude, because the work that I put in on that book, and I'm in the work Preston put on his book, it's like if I had to charge somebody, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me put it like this: even if I lowball, they want $100, lowball $100, okay? That's still $6,600. That's still $6,600. You got to pay me. That's not coloring.
Well,
that's not fucking editing. That's not lettering or anything. That's not printing.
As a writer, this is what I can tell you. As a writer, you got to take a lot of that responsibility onto yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to learn how to edit your book. You're gonna have to learn how to format your book. You're gonna have to learn how to letter. All that kind of stuff.
So I have my own small business, and I'm a part of the people who, you got to spend money to make money,
right?
And that's so, man.
That's the main thing is a lot of people think they can get away with getting a cheap artist.
Yeah, man.
And that's when you fuck you. Let me tell you something. That's the
if you want your vision. If you want your vision, you got to spend money to make.
That was the thing that towards the once. I know, President. Once you started kind of the money, once you got past paying for the actual craftsmanship of the work, then you had to start making sure that you had the money to make that to put into the actual printing, and you wanted to make sure that your print quality
Mhm.
was up to snuff.
Page weight.
It
all
had
that.
to be. It has to be, because again,
Mhm.
you're competing against people who not only in the mainstream, but even people who are in the independent, who are making sure that their product is top tier. So you have to, you know what I mean? So to really be competitive, man, it's like, look, you got to make sure that the product you're putting out it feels like quality product, man. It really doesn't. So you really can't. The whole skimping thing, bro. It's like that shit could go south real fucking easy. And if it does, bro, you could fuck your reputation up bad.
Yeah, man.
And
So-
maybe
then-
not be able
so-
to.
I got to be
So if
honest
you-
on the print quality. The only thing I skimped on was the spine, because I think the way they put it to me was like, if you're not going to do past 60 pages, 65 pages,
Mhm.
you know, you can do a staple book. But once you go past that number, you have to do perfect bound. You know, and I was
Right.
like, okay, that sounds about right. But what I did do was I tried to make up for it by putting in extras. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By,
And what's the
know,
max for staples? What's the max for staples?
it's supposed to be like 65 to 72 pages.
Well, what
then
it-
you
yeah,
have
but
to
what
do-
it
oh wait,
fucking-
no. For saddle stitched,
Saddle
it's
stitch.
below 62 pages. You know what I'm
62.
saying? So
So 62.
Yeah.
All right.
so 48 pages you can get away with saddle stitch,
Right.
you know, or something 52 pages, something like that. But if you go any
Yeah.
higher than that, or like if you go into the 60s or the 70s,
Man, them square bounds kill me,
above,
man.
you got to do square bound. you
Yeah.
know?
Look, brother. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. Mix them. Go to mix them. I'm telling you right now, you freak the fuck out, bro. But if
I'm
you
gonna
order-
do mix them next time.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you order 12, say you order 1,200 books, you order 1,200 books, and you go fucking like me,
Square bound 1,200.
dude. Square bound. Look, I did that for mine. The price difference between saddle stitch and perfect, once you get to that number,
Perfect bound.
right? It ain't that fucking different, bro. You trip the fuck out. The lower you go, bro, the numbers are fucking way off.
Right.
Yeah.
As your numbers go up, you trip the fuck out. And I'm serious. You're talking about maybe a $300 difference. Maybe
Well, you get price
$300.
breaks once you hit certain goals.
Right.
Like after you go $500, you get
Right.
you get a price break.
So-
or 500
so that-
copies.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what
Speaking
you
of price,
that.
hey, curious about price break. Okay, is the only way to get cheaper art is to have one guy do more than one job, like pencil
Okay,
and
let's
ink
go
and
back
color?
to cheap art. All right, when you hire a cheap artist, they usually have more than one job on the books,
Right.
you know,
Okay.
because they have to
Right.
make a living too.
Yeah.
And they're your job isn't that important. Let's
Right.
put it that way. Like if they can get away with like doing half the amount of work and never pay up front. I don't care if they demand it. Never pay up front.
So let me
I shouldn't
interject
ask-
real quick.
But
What
another
is-
thing about cheap art is that
What is your page? What do you mean by that?
Here's what I would tell you this, and this is what I would tell you, and I'm sure Preston will fall on the same line.
it's like you
if
bake this
you
fantastic
guys
cake.
would ever listen to me, Jay, Blue, you want to talk any type of pricing or anything like this, talk to me. We'll talk behind the camera. I'll talk anything you
No,
want.
Anthony's got
And
that
it-
shit down.
in
Yeah.
a general way, you know what I'm saying? Like in a general way, what you would like to do is, because this is kind of what I've been trying to do. Preston was able to pull this off. This is what you're trying to do. You want to find an artist who can do tight enough pencils, and then find you a colorist who can color tight pencils and not really be able to tell the difference. And skip
Yeah, for 3 nights though, the reason why I was able to do that with 3 nights was because 3 nights was a medieval book, so rough pencils,
Right.
rough art was okay for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you
And-
can, because I have tight fucking pencils, okay,
yeah,
and I went with the digital ink at this time, but what I'm trying to work on right now is I want to see how tight and how loose I can get my pencils and my colors be able to make it work.
yeah.
Because if I can cut down on process, if I can cut down on time, if I can cut down on money, but still give the viewer the same type of fucking product, that still, when they look at it, they go, man, that fucking looks good. I want to find where that line's at in the sand. I want to find that zone, bro. Where the fuck?
I shouldn't go calling it cheap art. What I should have said was, if there's, can you get a lower page
Or
rate
if you find
if somebody's doing
somebody with a low
multiple?
page rate, like,
Like,
if it's-
let's say somebody's good enough where they prefer to go straight from loose sketched to ink instead of tight pencils, and they just is that going to be a better page rate than having two different people's page rates.
Maybe if the dude knows his worth, though, because I heard it. See, that's what I did one time. I was like selling kind of cheap because I was like, well, you know what? I'm lying. What I was doing was I was doing my pencils really tight, even tighter than I was doing them on God's hand. So I skipped that process. If any of y'all got the book, the Count Carlos book, if you look at that book,
that thing.
If you look at that, right? If you look at that book, I can't vouch for the writing. I only vouch for the artwork. But if you look at the
I've
artwork,
never heard of it.
If you look at the artwork in that book, okay, there's no inks. That's all pencils, and I was tight. Now, what I was told after the fact is that if you can do pencils that tight and look that clean, then you should be getting ink and money as well, straight up. Because what you're doing is you are allowing the writer, the creator now, to not have to pay an inker.
That's right. So fuck you, Brian. Fuck you, Brian.
He should, you know what I mean? But hey, if you don't negotiate that in your contract, shame on you, you know? But you know what I mean? So, but I think if you could, again, if you can get someone who can do both,
honestly, I'm learning that I have a lot more freedom with pencils than I do with inks. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do so much more with shading and shit like that. And in the digital world, with the way we print now, you can get away with that, dude. Like
that's what I'm saying, little brother. I would try to get someone who could do tight enough pencils, or pencils that were clean enough, and then find you a colorist who could go over that and make it look and make it look like, man, you can't. You know what I mean? No one's going to look at it and go, oh, there's no inks on that fucking thing. Actually, if they can make it look like when you look at it, somebody goes, wow, that looks really good, and they can't tell, that's the sweet spot. That's what you're looking for.
Like what I would do is I would even go so far as to do smudge pencils, you know, where you smear the pencil for shading and all that kind of stuff.
I think
you can get away with that, dude. I think you can get away with that now.
I love that. I love that shit. You know,
I don't think the only way I can see an inker being relevant right now is if you're looking for a type of classic look to your book, or a more streamlined look, and you're not looking for a Mark Silvestri or a Dale Cohen or something like that. Like you're looking for maybe a Steve Rude, you know.
Now,
or something along those lines.
What did you guys think of? What did you guys think of the art in Six Gun Number 7?
I thought it sucked. Shit was terrible.
Okay. Sorry, Adrian.
Just go straight back.
Yeah.
I had to close the book and go to therapy.
But it was happening.
It
looked like he took those pencils and it ran it through a streaming program, and it streamlined it into. He never really inked it. He just streamlined it. You know?
Well, the thing is, in the last issue, I told him, like, don't ink it. Like, let's just go with colors, because it was taking him too long. But all his work looked very. But here's the thing: some people like their artwork to look very, very smooth and streamlined. Some people like to see the human hand. Do you know what I'm saying? They like to look at a drawing and see that it's a drawing. You know,
well, I can tell you right
like
now,
you were saying about smudging and that sort of a thing. When you look at like the old Marvel magazines, which were like black and white art,
I love those, dude. Those were fucking insane.
They're fucking gorgeous. They're beautiful. You know, and like you know, like you look at like Bernie Wrightson's work. Holy shit! They should have never let a colorist anywhere near
another thing
his
about
stuff.
smudge stick. It's called smudge stick. But whenever you use smudge stick to do pencils, it's very hard to fucking make copies of it. Like duplicate it with like a machine or something like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it never turns out the same way. You know, it turns out really bad. That's personally, on the next book that I do for my book, Devils, and for the next Doc Salem, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to skip right over doing really tight pencils and just
Michael Linzer.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and pull off a Bisley on the.
Oh, dude! Seriously?
Interiors.
Yeah, for the interiors. Like that's like you seen that.
I mean, that's your fucking strength, bro. Straight.
Well, you seen that cosmic fairy tale. That cosmic fairy tale was maybe the quickest painting I've ever done in my life. Like that thing took less than 2 days to get done. Yeah. And it's because I'm figuring out a process to get it done.
Right.
You know, because when I start doing those pages, I wanna zoom through them. I want to take maybe a day or two to get done. Yeah.
That's it. I started getting towards that at the end of God's Hand, where I started getting this process down. That was started to fucking move.
Right. You found yourself.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you just kind of start realizing what you can get away with, what you could put. Because you're so fucking, when you're first doing it, you're fucking like, okay, man, it's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be perfect.
You think that, but you kind of comparing yourself to the mainstream too. Like you it's got to be.
It's
like
not even that. It's not even that. Let me tell you something. That ain't even that. You comparing yourself to some fucking ideal you made in your head. Because after being hard on myself and really fucking looking and being like, bro, this is off, this isn't right, going over and over and flipping then going back and looking at mainstream, that shit's fucked up too. This shit ain't as fucking perfect as I think it is in my head, bro.
We gotta start thinking like heavy metal, like 1970s heavy metal.
Yes, like the French.
Yeah, well, when they were creating that book, they had complete freedom because heavy metal was like, dude, we ain't doing newsprint. We're doing magazines. You can do anything. You want to wash your painting? You want to do whatever you watercolor? Do it. It doesn't matter.
And the craziness of the stories. I mean, some of those aren't. I mean, it's so like heavy metal magazine.
One second. I wasn't paying attention because I was fucking tweeting out fucking Jerry's book. Did you change your fucking shirt? Did you fucking put a Superman shirt on, you motherfucker?
Yeah, man. And I also put on a pair of.
You got the underoos on too, you motherfucker.
Yeah, man. I got my bedtime tea and everything. After this, we're gonna
put his pajamas on.
He's got a man and has tried it.
Anthony, Drew's got a question for you.
Bitch ass cold out there.
Right here.
No, I did. I actually went and got a digital inker. Dreaded Dinosaur did it for me. Did a good job.
Did a beautiful job. Look at this.
He did. He really did. And but I'm going to try to on the next one. Like I said, I want to get a colorist because the guy that I'm working with now that is the guy who colored in the middle of the book, which was Carlos, and I got him. That was Omi. Omi did the third chapter. Carlos did the middle stuff, and a guy named Icarus did the first chapter. But the middle chapter stuff, the guy who did the werewolf and stuff. Him.
Now that's a werewolf.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him. I want to get him to do the whole book, just the whole fucking thing. And he's good, man. And
he's an inker.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's a colorist, man. But
he's fucking
right. He's good. He's really fucking good. And he fucking. I'm trying to figure out with him because right now we're doing Justice City stuff, and I'm pushing that shit out. But I want to send him some fucking tight pencils and see what he can color over that shit. I was looking at.
In my opinion, when you provide your colors with pencils, they can't do streamlined colors for it. They have to be more creative than you are with your pencils. So they have to use more splatter effects and more textures.
So
go ahead and set off the pencils.
It depends. Go ahead, Jay.
So what I want to say is, Preston, with what you've been doing and the Simon Bisley paint that you want to do, how tight have you gotten versus what it is? Color wise, go ahead.
Like I can do tight pencils on Bristol, and I can mount watercolor paper. Like I can print out those pencils on watercolor paper in a completely different color. Like,
and what does that cut out, and how much time does that save you?
It saves me a ton of time because I ain't got to transfer shit. I could just go right on to, and I mount that watercolor paper to a piece of masonite, right?
And if someone was to pay you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm out there to masonite.
Motherfuckers paintings, bro. You better.
Bro. I'm not trying to be fucking gay.
It looks super complicated, but it's
not trying
really
to think about dicks. But I picture Preston's paintings in my head, man. Like ever since his He-Mans, bro. Like when I know me and you've been doing streams for well over a year randomly. You and I, Preston. But when you're. Bro, like you want to do what I want to do, and I fucking love your colors, dude. I love your colors.
I've been studying colors more. Like I've been studying more of Bisley's process as far as colors, and also Hortley, and all these guys, because all these guys, like I've learned to go ahead and research that shit before I actually do it. And plus, there's there's a couple of books out that Pat Mills did, you know.
Oh
And
my
Pat,
god.
Pat's a writer, right? But he did Requiem, the Vampire Chronicles. And
Yeah,
that
he was
book,
one of the 2000 AD dudes.
but that
Punk
guy,
rock as fuck.
the guy who painted that book is fucking
Yeah.
insane with colors, dude.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Phenomenal.
he
Yeah.
pulls off some shit, dude. And that's what I'm looking at as far as like Devils and the next stock Salem. It's gonna be sick, dude. But I gotta get I don't want to spend a week up per page, you know, because at that point it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
And
But
so from what you just said and what I asked, how much, honestly, like, can you put it into a number? With your talent, how much have you cut out from, let's just say, 2 years ago to your drawing / color? Because like that, the last couple things you put in our CG stream,
Mhm.
that demon with that fucking blonde bitch on the fucking table, and
Oh my God.
the one before that,
Uh-huh.
like, literally, I guess, like, I'll ask you again, like, how many minutes have you cut out from what you've put down, just like, you know, like drawing
that
fucking
that
scribbles
demon chick
to paint
took
it?
hold on, let me
Well, let's
share.
just say for example, if you were to do it into a page in a book, not to do a full splash page or a double spread.
So this is the goal.
Yes,
for
that.
any comic that I do in the future. This one and this right here, you know, these are all the goals, you know. And the thing is that this one took actually longer. That took maybe 4 days because I was still figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? But once you figure it out, it becomes old hat, and then you
Right.
can knock out something like this. And this
Oh,
took
man.
less than 2 days to get done.
Seriously?
And this is while I was doing this, I had to stop and I had to do this for Phil.
Phil.
For Phil Dog.
Yeah, Phil, I did this pretty quickly. Like I went ahead and I never mounted the comic board. I just went ahead and taped it down so that if it warped, it would like go back to its original shape, you know. And this took a little while. Like it took maybe 6 hours or something like that to do,
Okay.
something like that. But what I've been doing, I would take my sketch. Like this is
Yes.
the first sketch for this is the one that I didn't like for Lords of Oblivion, you know. And
It's
I
still
liked it,
badass.
but it looked too flat. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so I went ahead and I did this one, you know, where it followed the perspective rule, you know,
Mhm.
and it was kind of wild and crazy.
Oh man. Oh, I got to do a sword and sorcery comic with you one of these days. Holy shit. Oh, it's amazing.
Brian,
Brian.
I have an idea.
Yeah. That I should shut the fuck up, maybe?
So this is what I did for Literature Devil, right? And I don't know if you guys seen the painting that I did for
Yeah.
Literature Devil, but that what I've noticed because I have to transfer the art from the sketch to the canvas and then start painting it from there. And canvas is actually a little bit harder to work with than masonite
Right.
because you only have the option to use acrylics. Like you can't really use watercolor on canvas because it's pitted, you know, and you start getting like crazy shit happening that doesn't work well with the art. And then if you put down watercolors down and you try to go on top of it with acrylics, the acrylics start absorbing the color from the pigment from the watercolor, so it changes whatever you're trying to go for. So it's a big pain in the fucking day.
God damn, bro. I can just imagine the fucking hours of fucking up, bro. Doing that.
Well, this I did for a future CG book, and this was done on canvas paper.
Right.
And the canvas paper ripped when I tried to pull the painter's tape off, and I had to cover it up. But they're not making canvas paper like they used to, and they're making it a lot thinner, and it's more paper than it is canvas now. That's why you get all these ripples in it.
Oh man.
But for this book, it works out perfect because it looks like old, like Japanese, like parchment, you know. So it it works perfect for the cover.
Right.
But so let's go back to this one. So this one, I had to figure it out. And one thing I figured out was that when I tried to clear coat it, like this is what it originally looked like. And then I hit it with clear coat, and the clear coat didn't work out because it only cleared certain parts of it where I used acrylics, and where I used watercolor, it was flat. And I was like, well, that doesn't look good at all. So I went back over it with an acrylic clear, right? A polyurethane clear. And it smeared all the watercolors. So I had to go back over that polyurethane clear and go back and paint in all the highlights and the dark parts, because all the blues and everything got smeared all over the place. And I was going to throw it away at first, but then I was like, that kind of looks better.
It
Like
popped
it blended everything.
Like a happy accident, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Once
I went back on
highlights,
top of the
they get it.
polyurethane with more clear, and it came out perfect.
Is it normal to mix watercolors and acrylic? Because I don't think I've ever heard of.
Well,
Let
that's the freedom you get when you do masonite, because you can mix anything on top of it. You can even go oils, and it doesn't really matter. Like, but what I've been doing is here's the finished product. But what I did was I took the sketch, and I turned the sketch. I changed the color from pencils to a magenta. You know, the line art to a magenta. And I went back and I painted over, and after I printed the sketch out onto a watercolor paper, I went ahead and where the fuck is it at? I went ahead and I mounted it onto masonite, and then painted over it with watercolors, you know. And the printer ink is all the places where you see. Let me blow it up, that way you can see it better.
And blow him titties up.
Blow them boobies up.
Yeah, this is that character from that you sort of like just stumbled across like a few months ago, right?
Like all of these parts right here, that's actually the watercolor sketch. Like, I mean, the printer ink from the sketch. You know, I changed it to magenta, and all of these subtle lines right here.
Right. Beautiful.
And what I did was
beautiful.
It looks like garbage until you start adding in all the darks. So I started putting in blacks wherever I wanted, because then you see, I figured out how Bisley did it. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
Yeah.
Like you look at this, and then you go back and you look at. Let's see here. I got it right here, like this.
Yes,
right?
dude.
Right.
That's how he did it. Look at that.
So he just okay.
Except he never had printers back then, like Epson's and shit like that. So what he did was he probably took a dip pen and took some Winsor Newton Indian ink, like a brown Indian ink, and inked the whole thing in brown, right? He watercolored it, and then on to keep his blacks black, he did. That was the very last thing he did. Was he put his blacks in?
Right.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Bro.
Yeah, and he only used the blacks. He used it real sparse, right? Like only here where the light doesn't really hit it exactly, you know. And he let all the brown inks and shit like that he used
that's mine.
Fall into the outside.
It looks like I have nuts similar to that.
It's something very fuck you about this painting.
Even right here on her leg.
I love
you know
the
what I'm
boots,
saying?
man.
Like he did all of this, and then I figured it out, and I was like, that's how that fucker did it, you know? And I was like, I think I can pull this off, you know?
Because that's the
Digitally.
thing. Every
Digitally.
I think every artist in
I never
every
did it digitally.
medium.
I did it by hand. What I did, the only shortcut I took digitally was I just printed out my sketch.
In magenta.
Exactly. That's the only thing I did. Everything else is hand done. In fact, it's
that's
back here on the
insane.
wall.
I mean,
isn't that incredible?
You should have
Oh, man.
said that to
Badass.
anyone, to be honest with
Badass. Seriously, dude.
I said you shouldn't have said that to anyone, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, you still need to be able to pull it off. Like you still have to know.
Well, that's the thing. When you do your fucking right, when you do your thing, you're like, look, if you can do it better than me, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
again, it's like, you know, exactly.
If you think about it, he was completely speaking in code, and exactly mind blown with Edwin. I've done Photoshop since Adobe 3.0. Like
there's shit that Bisley does that you can't pull off in photo. You can't pull off in a computer.
Yeah,
you just can't. Yeah. You know, I mean, you could try, but you're not going to do it. You know?
I mean, don't get me wrong. They got some motherfuckers that are pretty good on that fucking.
They are, but they're limited. You don't understand. Like they think they're not limited, but they're limited.
It has to be physical.
Yeah, you have to like. There's things
Has
that I
to
did
be.
in here where I use my fingers just to go and smear the paint where I
Yeah.
wanted it to go, and shit
How-
like that. Like,
when you're working these techniques, how hard is it? Or do you ever run into like you can't get it to scan correctly after that?
honestly, with this painting right here, I did no Photoshop touch-ups at all. This
No, I
is
don't mean
straight
touch
off
ups.
the
I
scanner.
just mean like, do you ever get in any of your work where it
Only
just
the
won't
canvases,
scan right?
the canvases,
Okay.
because I have to rely on daylight and certain times during the day to go ahead and take the pictures.
Now,
Yeah.
and one thing I want to say from you earlier, you took a photo of this, or
No,
you
no,
scanned it.
this is 11 by 17, so this
Okay,
fit
okay.
right onto my scanner.
Okay,
So this
perfect.
is straight off the painting. There's
That's
no
sexy as fuck,
like
dude.
no lighting issues or anything like that. And I
And
didn't
what's your
scan
scanner?
It's just an Epson workforce.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn, that's
So
so
when
good.
you're doing canvas, it's too big to scan, right?
way too big.
Yeah,
And
it's
plus,
too big.
there's another thing too. Like at first, I thought it was cool to have the canvas texture in the art, but then I was like, not everybody's going to like that. And to be honest, I'm getting a little tired of it too.
Right.
So, and you're limited. Like, here's the thing: like this painting right here, I've got so much detail in this painting, and it's literally a quarter of the size of that me and Tim Vigil paint.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's
Perfect.
certain things too, like that Tim Vigil painting. Like I know later on down the road, like there's going to be somebody who loves my work and loves Tim Vigil's work, and will pay like $9,000 or $10,000 for it.
Yeah.
Because
How
it
big is that
on
thing?
canvas. It's
How big
hanging
is
up
that
back
thing?
here. Let's see here. Let me put myself on.
You're teeny tiny, Preston.
It's always his question.
Like I remember seeing William Blake's watercolors in
See it?
the
Back
museum, and it was yeah. Oh, that's a nice
Now,
size.
look,
Yeah, man.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Like that's on a gallery wrap canvas. So the frame on that canvas is 3 to 4 inches thick.
Right.
Square.
Wow.
And if you look right below it, you can see the Judgment of Monster X, and then right across from that is the painting we're looking at on Masonite.
Right.
And you see how small
That's so
they are
tiny compared to the big one.
Yeah. And then right after that, you see the Stranger in a Strange Land painting.
Yep. For
And,
six gun number 8.
And that's like it's all these crazy ass techniques, and I'm not afraid to experiment. And I
Right.
think that's one of the major things too. And I want it to look like those classic heavy metal like pieces. Like
You nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Here,
Like-
dude. Could you do me a quick solid and just show my screen for a second?
Sure. Like
Show us his dick.
And you gotta forgive me for this. Like just brace
Oh, yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that was
Right?
from me from 2006. You bet.
And
You fucking
then
bastard.
you like flip forward a bit, and then you've got
Oh, fuck you, Brian.
this. I'm sorry to do it to you, brother, but I got to. Right?
Yeah, that
And
book is a
from that-
living document of how far I've come.
Yeah.
In years. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, that's what's exciting about being part of this scene is I'm watching people growing, developing as artists right in front of my eyes.
Right in front of your eyes.
Right in front
Yeah,
of my
dude,
eyes.
this was a blast to do, and it was fun, dude. Like this is one of the most fun things I've ever had to do because I got to do
That's
a monster for one thing.
Yeah, the more
and
I look at it, the more things I notice, like all the
Yeah.
little details and I didn't even see the revolver at
That's-
first.
And
Yeah,
I've learned that when you
fucking
do
beautiful.
color, like you can throw every color in the rainbow in a painting as long as you do it sparsely. You know what I'm saying? Like all the blues down here set off the reds, and the orange in the background sets off everything. Yeah. And also like just dabbing a little color in the blacks that people aren't going to notice, but your brain notices that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy shit. And right
And-
here, like I wish I would have made a video of me doing this, because what I did with the rabbit and what I did with her, I used two different shading techniques. I used the purple shading on her, for her whole body, legs, guns, ammo, everything. And then as I'm going over it with the base, the top colors, it changes that shading to blend in with each color, and it changes it to a different color. You know what I'm saying? Like purple and red make a deeper purple, flesh tone in the purple make like an orangey looking color and shit like that. Now with the rabbit, what I did was I went in and coated him all in blue, right? Everything, the teeth, the mouth, everything. And then went ahead and because it's watercolor, you can make that watercolor like it starts out as a straight lines, but then you go back and water, you know, and it spreads it out and blends it in with everything else, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like a Drew Struzan, not a Drew Struzan, Arthur Sweet'em technique when Arthur Sweet'em used to do all his heavy metal watercolors. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, French comics are the shit. But what I love about this is that it's like every artist at every medium always has that moment when they look at another artist's work and they go, how the fuck did he do that? And that's what leads to you improving your craft. And dude, you have grown by leaps and friggin' bounds, like right in front of our eyes.
Now this is the straight acrylics. And one thing I've learned from watching interviews with Kevin Eastman on his take on Simon Bisley is that Bisley, whenever he does a job, he doesn't give a shit of what medium he's doing. He doesn't care if it's acid-free paper. Fucking Eastman said that he got jobs from Bisley that were literally done on the back of the cover of the art book.
Right.
And he just rolled that shit up and mailed it in. You know, he said it was pieces of cardboard boxes where he did a cover.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's like, badass.
Does not care. Like, and what? Like, that's a true artist, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, he can.
That's what I'm saying.
If you throw oil paint and a piece of box in front of him, he's going to do a Bisley.
Dude, that story that just continues to blow my mind is Frank Frazetta suddenly realizing, oh shit, I got like 2 days to do a painting, and ripping up a piece of his fucking floor and painting on that.
Well, one thing that Frank Frazetta's mom said was that Frank Frazetta would wait to the last minute, and literally do a painting overnight, and then he'd spend a week recovering from doing that painting because it drained him so much, like mentally, like it was, and I kind of get that, but as I worked in production art before I started doing this stuff, so you didn't have the option of recovery time.
Oh God, like, yeah.
You know, your boss that's wasn't what I like, oh yeah, Preston, take off a week, because you just didn't. No, they were like...
One of the reasons why French comic books look so fucking amazing is because the artist has that luxury, can take that time. They don't have, that tight schedule. They don't have the deadlines.
Yeah, but you need that. You don't understand, like you need that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I find deadlines useful.
You need the little bit of the pressure to make it happen.
I agree.
Well, I cursed the first guy I ever went to work for because he was a complete prick. Like if you never made your deadlines, or you would, like if he said he'd come in and he'd say, "Look, I need a presentation for Walmart. I need 6 designs from you, and you, and I need them tomorrow morning. And if they're not here, you're fucking fired." And I had a family at the time, and I was like, dude, I'm being honest. Like there was times I literally had dreams. I was at work and I was getting yelled at because I needed to get the job done. And I woke up, I was like, it's coming.
Oh God.
But you know what? All that shit was training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Trial by fire. Yeah.
Exactly. Because now I can knock out a page in a couple of hours, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like on Micah's book, I would like right now I'm having issues. Right. So I wouldn't work until 6 at night, and on Micah's book, like I would knock out that page from 6 to 12, so the stuff I'm posting on Facebook, like the good stuff, like the really, really badass battle scenes, it took less than 6 hours to do those pages, and that's full detailed, fully rendered.
Those
right
are
off
so
the top
good,
of my head, just knocking it out, dude.
Those gave me a boner.
But
the demon head getting crushed with the warhammer and the eyeballs popping out.
I know, right? That was cool.
But
that's what I'm saying, though. But if it wasn't for that dude, like being a prick to me, I still hate his guts. I fucking hate his guts right now.
I
wouldn't diss on him if he was on fire. But still, if it wasn't for him doing that, it was like boot camp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why when I don't really get like burnout anymore, because burnout occurs when you're too used to doing one thing,
Yes.
And if I'm doing pages all the time, I'm going to get burned out. But if I'm doing pages all the time and then I got to stop and I got to do a painted cover, or I got to stop and I got to do this or that, or a pinup, and I got to work with a completely different character, I don't get burned out, because it
keeps you
because
fresh.
that excitement is always there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do that as a writer too. Like sometimes I'll feel like stymied on a particular project, and then I'll just go and work on another one, and then I can come back to that one fresh. Yeah. It's like shifting mental gears or shifting creative gears.
Yeah, and you have to do I have to do a study to do that. I knocked these sketch cards out in minutes while we were talking.
Fellas, I gotta cut out, man.
Anthony,
Jerry, man, holla at me, bro. And I know Preston said the same thing. If you want to get a call to sketch, anything I can do to help you out, man, just reach out to me.
Yeah, man, I sure will. I appreciate it.
All
And
right.
Mon's gonna be
Yeah, thank you. Same thing goes for all of y'all, bro. Seriously,
I'm gonna let Anthony do his first because Mon's gonna be better.
This motherfucker. Motherfucker's like, I'm about to paint this motherfucker.
I just want to see what he's gonna do first so I can make it better.
All right. All right, fellas. You have a good night, man.
Peace and love.
Have a good night.
Later.
Love that dude.
Yeah, we're about to have to cut out too. It's going on 3
Yeah,
hours.
it's a good 3-hour stream.
Yeah.
Honestly, I needed this.
The comeback stream. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comeback stream. Yeah.
We've been through some brutal shit. It just fucking feels good to fucking belly laugh again. I was turning beet red before.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like I said, I'm not white. I'm translucent. Jesus, man. But yes,
paying attention to the chat like I should have.
Me neither. What up to everybody in the chat? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. We had a pretty good bit of people viewing tonight too. So people's been jumping in and out. Yeah.
Did Ever Matter go up any?
It did since we started. Yeah. I hadn't went to the I hadn't went into the back end, but I think I've gotten 2 backers.
Cool.
One or 2.
Excellent.
So,
every show that you can do, and I'll go ahead and do
Yeah.
something for you. Anthony will do something for you to go ahead and do it. Bump
I
you
finally
in.
found you on Twitter, Jerry. No, it's Jerry Brown. I finally found you on Twitter, and I shot you a tweet with Michael Bancroft's tweet name in it.
Excellent.
Yeah, get on Mike.
I've been reaching out to Michael. I don't know. He's probably getting a lot of DMs, but he might be getting shuffled down. But I hadn't got a reply yet. So
Yeah.
He is a solid dude, and I guarantee you that he'll have you on.
Yeah.
Blue has an in with Mike, so Blue will be
Okay.
It's sort of.
Yeah. Well, I'd appreciate it. I need to get on more streams. I've been going through on a few streams. So, like I said, I've been on a Mandy and Red, and then I was on Eric Weathers this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
excellent.
Yeah. So we've been doing a few.
I'm just
Feel
trying
free to hit up Lit, and now I'm not saying they'll have you on because their streams don't really work that way, but sometimes they do. Like I remember the Umbrella guy had a time when he just was promoting books, and those guys are good to get on. And Malin's another good guy.
Yeah. I did get on CG. I did get on CG Presents with Malin. So
good.
Hey, can you tell me something here in your description though? What's a bind?
It's
Sex
whenever
toy.
you
Sex toy.
Actually, it's like a thing in swordsmanship where you lock swords. That's called a bind.
It's
a little fancy trivia for y'all.
That could be a bind, but what happens is these guys bind their the dead lieutenant choose defenders from different planets, and they bind their life force to this Evermatter. That Evermatter gives them their power. So
Okay.
I really want to read this book
Because I was
I
falling
do
asleep. I gotta admit I didn't sleep enough this week, which means I'm always tired and falling asleep, except when I lay down. So I read your description a couple of nights ago, and because somebody tweeted this, I'm like, all right, one more to look at, and I'm going bind quorum, a bind without a power, and I'm just going, I thought it's like I need to do drugs or something to make sense of the world right now, and I just went to bed. But it's okay. So now I get it. Cora, Kira, and Gary traveling together, etc. is what it says here.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I've been looking this over like during the on and off through the whole stream, and I really like the artwork style.
It's beautiful.
You
I
picked a
love
good
it,
guy.
dude. I really like it.
Yeah. Carlos is he's a great artist, man. He's very professional. Never missed a deadline. Just always like everything was right on time. So I mean, and
Well, he's a true cartoonist, though. Like he's not a serious art. Like I don't want to say he's not a serious artist. I'm saying that he's a cartoonist. He's a really good cartoonist. And yeah, just like fucking Kirby and fucking
Alex Toth, Bruce Timm.
Yeah, this is good pick. Really good pick.
Yeah, he's done me right. I can't say anything bad about him. Like I said, he was right on time. He just knocked everything out of the park. That picture of the bad guy standing over the young girl at the bottom with the fire coming out of the weapons. Down toward the bottom. The one you said that you wanted to try your hand at. Yeah, that chick right there. Man, that's one of my favorite pages in the entire book. Oh, I've got it cut off because there's a spoiler. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's bad. I really like that page.
You show more than enough of the book. There's
honestly,
always
I think you show too much. Yeah,
maybe.
Well, it's always a balancing act trying to get enough out there that because people don't know me, so I figure the more art you show, the better.
Can I tell you something though? Like
as
soon as I hit right here, I'm thinking all the previews are done. Like and then when I go here, I'm like, oh, there's more.
Right. That's but that's why I don't think it hurts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got 5 pages out of 32 story pages. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah. And then and the story's very well thought out. It's not just like you read a book and they're like quick reads. You know what's going to happen. This is not a quick read. It's not. I mean, it's a good read. In other words, it's got a real good storyline, well thought out, and
that always helps.
It's not just a wham bam and thank you. In other words,
right?
It'll keep you interested.
Excellent.
I just blew through Warren Ellis in 12 issues of Batman, and it was like, wow, that when you could get through that pretty quick when he makes half the book just wordless fighting scenes.
Hey man, show don't tell. I'm always an advocate of show don't tell.
The truth is, it really did make me go back and say, you know what, I needed to see what was happening because, and it made me slow down and really look at the motion in each frame panel. But it somehow it worked. But the first time I read like through issue 2, I was going, this is going way too fast, and for some reason it doesn't make sense without actually looking at the fights. So
there's books that I literally can't read because the art's so good in them. Like Brian sent me Electra Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
The art is so badass in that book. Like every time I try to read it, I'm like, I just can't. Like, because I get stuck. I'm like, holy shit, how do you do that? Because some of the book's painted, some of the book is, is inked. It's crazy. Like
I told you, I knew you would love that shit.
He was like, it's like he had no limit on what he was going to do. It was like, you know what this feels like? I'm just going to pencil this page. That's what he did.
And he was working with Frank Miller, who was just like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And then some of it, he's just like, you know what? Fuck, I feel like I'm going to paint today. Yeah. He's just painted the whole page. The next 3 pages, a panel. A panel is just fully rendered in paint. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
On the back of wallpaper that he just tore off the wall. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. That tripped me out when they told me that, though, dude. I was like, what? The dude just fucking. Like he just whatever's in arm's reach, he just like a pizza box.
And
I'm sorry to interrupt.
About the biz.
Blue, I just had a question. You think you would have it would have drawn you in more if maybe I didn't use their titles like Bind Corum or Bind Kira because you're not familiar with those things?
Yeah. I mean, I figured out it's three people. A bind is something. It's a title on Quorum. It's a title on Kira. Okay, so they're two people and an alien. That one's easy. And so when I finally woke up, I think 2 days ago, and read it, I was like, oh, okay, two people. I have no idea what a bind is, but two people and an alien travel to Earth, and the rest of it's like easy. So, if you know what, because the conscript is in the dictionary, but I already knew it. So yeah,
I got you. Maybe make that description more familiar to people.
Actually,
you know what I figured it was? Oh, sorry, Brian. You know what I figured it was? I figured it was a D&D thing I didn't know.
Okay.
I thought it was just my ignorance.
No, it's basically boiled down to it's
see that being confusing.
Yeah, I can too. I might need to reword it, so that people feel more. It's hard to get attached to something you're not familiar with.
Well, if it doesn't work out this time around, just go ahead and redo it. I mean, you don't have that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got.
Yeah, we'll help you with all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, let's try and get you to 5.
Yeah, I want to get to 5 and get the book out there so people can enjoy it and read it, and I can get book 2 going.
And don't feel too bad. I was reading. I think I've read about 30 different campaigns this week, just with all the new stuff. Everybody who's pitching things in what do you call them, signups and whatnot. It's been like a week of research. So
there's a lot of books coming out.
Can I make a quick douchebag alert? Which is like I just realized like that I'm just kind of like telling Jerry like, yeah, don't worry, man, we're gonna hook you up. Yeah, you're inside.
Brian's going to do absolutely
like a fucking
nothing.
mafioso or something like that.
yeah.
Brian's like, yeah, we're going to give you free art. Don't worry
about
it.
Yeah, we're gonna get you there. Just like so yeah. If I'm being a douchebag, people, that's why I said douchebag alert. It's like
6 months later, you remember that favor.
It'd be a real shame if your bagel shop closed and somehow this book didn't get funded.
Yeah, get a video in the middle of the night and Never Matter's burning like in a in a fireplace somewhere.
But yeah, dude. Once you start hitting all the different streams, once people get a chance to know you, because I think that's an essential component of what we're doing with the Indiegogo campaigns, is people expect to have access to us, and they sort of like to get emotionally involved.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's not all about
presentation on how you're pitching this book.
That too.
Work on that, but we're going to help you. We're going to push it as much as we can. But you just got to get more eyes on it. You got to get more eyes. You got to get people excited. What I'm saying?
This is a worthy project. By the way, the last illustration, the dark one, the one with the witch of the first 5, I'm seeing some Minola. Tell me if I'm wrong, fellas.
I'm not a big Mike Minola fan,
but I'm saying, do you
the cover
see a little
paint.
Minola in there?
If he hits 8K, I'm gonna do him a painted cover, and that's gonna be it.
Oh yeah, you heard it, folks.
No, it's right here. You don't have to hear it. It's right here.
I don't know about Minola. He's just using a lot of shadowing.
You're gonna take him right now. You're gonna take it like this.
I actually like the early Minola more than the
only Minola I ever liked was this Rocket Raccoon 1-4 series. Like that was
Cosmic Odyssey. Yeah. I thought was pretty badass. Him doing like Jack Kirby's Fourth World. I thought that was pretty badass.
I think maybe Brian could relate though, but there is an art to this pitching thing that I haven't got down yet. And but you're so deep in the story, you're so deep in the background and in the lore that you're talking about stuff that may or may not be in the book, but you've got like this cool idea about this character's background, you bringing all that in there, and I kind of get distracted by that kind of stuff. So my pitch kind of wordy.
It gets easier though.
Working too close to the canvas kind of thing.
I was never good at pitching my book.
Me neither.
So I made a really good video to pitch it for me.
Yeah.
So when people are like, "You want to pitch your book?" I'm like, "Why don't you play the video?" Because the video. Look, check it out, dude. I'm gonna play it real quick because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
And Jerry, I don't know. Do you have an elevator pitch, like literally just like a sentence or two that you can just go boom?
I do have this. Well, I'm receiving advice from like a lot of different people, and it's all very good advice. But me and my wife was talking about it. And the girl that says, it says a girl finds herself in possession of the most powerful substance in the universe. It's kind of my elevator pitch because that's kind of the. I found out that's not really a pitch; it's a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I was.
This is
It
my
doesn't-
pitch right here.
All right.
Here's the story. Imagine
Dick.
unholy creation, the world of poetry,
Boing.
man. But sometimes, when you look closely, there's more to its head. Sometimes the monster is the man. This is the story of Dr. Salem, monster hunter. Dr. Victor Frankenstein endures life-threatening wounds inflicted by his very own creation. His trusty assistant Igor injects him with the elixir of life, which puts him in a state of suspended animation. When he finally awakens, many years have passed and times have changed. The world that he knew is long gone and the tables have turned. Now monsters have emerged from the shadows and taken over. Victor Frankenstein finds that he is one in man due to the devastation his creation had wrought. To make amends for his transgressions, Victor assumes the guise of Dr. Salem and hunts down rogue monsters. This new and exciting series, created by artist and writer Preston Acevedo, is a 52-page graphic novel that combines Lovecraftian horror with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein to give you a fresh new look into the world of classic monsters. So join the Doc Salem army and help Doc Salem bring peace and balance to the world, one monster at a time. That's a pitch. And you see, I can't do that in person. Like I can't.
See,
I always stumble and I forget, and I'm like, "Fuck it, dude. I'm not even going to try anymore. Just play the fucking."
Jerry, this is not good. Sort of like how Brian just gave us a warning about himself. I looked through all these campaigns and I never played the videos. I didn't watch your video.
Dude,
it's 95 seconds and I didn't watch it. It's right there on the campaign page.
It's short, and that's a good thing. But he doesn't narrate through the video.
No, there's some female narration in it. I just checked, and yeah, I'm sorry, Jerry. I bet I if I just watched the video, I probably would have had everything I needed. Mm-hmm.
But it's not it's more of a character. It's that character study kind of what her place is in the book. Where Preston's is more of a it's kind of the pitch for the entire book. So the idea was
that's what people want to hear. They want to hear what the book's about. Like,
yeah, that's right. That's what I was.
I know. Like you see, here's the thing. Like, artists and writers have the same problem. Like, we get too close to our project, and we set up our campaigns because we think that's what we want to see and not what the public wants to see. And this is one of the things I went over with the dude with Seasons, because his book was amazing, but the project, like, I had no clue what was going on. Like, I looked at his page and I was like, dude, I have no clue what's happening here. I don't even like the artwork. And then, because I never scrolled to the bottom of the page, like all the way at the bottom of the page was where all his artwork was, like the good stuff, right? And I was like, why didn't you put this at the top? Because I'm never go this far down. Like if you don't catch me within the first like few like images that you have on your page, I'm not going any further than that, because I don't care at that point. Like you've lost me.
Yeah.
And I think that might be your pitch. Like your pitch might be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because your campaign structured really well. Like as far as your page, you have all this great artwork, and then like here's the thing. Like this is one thing that Malin says, and a lot of other people, and they're right. Like once your tiers end, that's usually where people stop looking. You know, and but with your stuff, I keep going because where this tier ends, you still have artwork continuing, like this page doesn't complete itself. So I have to keep scrolling to see like more shit. But once I hit this, I'm thinking it's done, and I'm, but then surprise, here's more shit. Your page is constructed right. Your pitch has to be constructed better.
Yeah, I do need to work on my pitch. That's what I was. See, the original idea for the trailer was I was going to do the Kira trailer. I was going to do the Bind Quorum trailer, and then I was going to do the Gary the Alien trailer, and then I was going to do a trailer
That's too much.
for.
Nobody's hanging in for that, dude.
Yeah, that's what I know. And plus, I ran out of time. Like I don't have time because I'm not. I don't make trailers for for a living. So you're kind of got that learning curve you're trying to compete with as well. So you're trying to make these these good looking trailers, and then I just ran out of time.
No,
doing that.
It's like Malin says, like keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple and get straight to the point. It's like pretend you're a car salesman and you got to hook that person in within the first couple of within a few sentences. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you got to think about your trailer. Yeah.
What I'm looking for in a good pitch is something like, what would hook me in like the car salesman thing would be, it's not just that there has to be a villain or what I'll call a challenge in there. It's that I need to know only enough about the setting or world and the hero or protagonist, so that when you state the challenge, I understand the challenge and I don't see the hero as already so overpowered that they're just going to walk through it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you want me to give you
this isn't your grandmother's ever matter. That's what you got to put in it. This isn't your parents' ever matter.
Yeah.
This isn't your mother's Oldsmobile.
Well, I can give you my pitch, and then maybe we can talk about it, because I was the characters. I was told I bounced everything off my wife, and we were talking about there needs to be more about the characters to catch people. So I mean. When we go through my pitch,
Brian has a fantastic pitch. He's got a fantastic video in general.
Well, I was going to say, and there's this exercise that I did when I was trying to come up with my elevator pitch. Have you guys ever seen these big, thick paperback books? They had them way back in the day before the internet, called TV movies, right? And it would be Leonard Maltin's TV movies. And there were like these big, thick paperback books that were basically like descriptions of movies in the TV guide.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you read those, a bunch of those, you see that there's like an art to it.
Well, there is. And those, like you said, those have to have you hooked within a few sentences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'll tell you what,
maybe
let's do this.
Maybe the best ever. Which
I'm gonna end the broadcast, and we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about this after we get off air.
All right,
because I got stuff to say. I don't want to hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, you folks are excluded. We're like a mysterious star chamber now.
So we're out of here. Plus, it's going on 3 hours and 30 minutes, and it's too long. I'm hungry as fuck. And
me too, brother.
let me end this.
Go back over matter.
Back over matter.